time. Yeah, my kids are old enough now when I get home that they don't want anything to do with me. And I was like, I could raid again. I could maybe raid again. This is possible now. They're not craving my attention the second I get through the door. They want to play their own games. They're playing FPS. Like, do you want to play Rainbow Six, Daddy? Nope. No, I do not. Oh, call before we start.
Uh-oh.
Woo! All right. Sup, stream? How we doing? I'm going to poke Kyle through the void multiple times in today's stream. Let's see. All right. So how are you, Jesse?
You know, living life. Taking names.
A quarter mile at a time?
That's right. You got, yeah. Nailed it.
It's exactly
You get it. You know what's up.
No, Mike wasn't late. Mike was early. I'm late. I'm the only person that was late.
Hi, everybody.
That's true.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi, Jesse.
Hello,
Oh, hello.
Hello. I've been on the floor.
Yes, he has.
What?
I'm gonna hit the floor for a sec.
Hey, get the dinosaur.
Everybody want the dinosaur. Open the door. Get on the floor. You're too close. This is awkward.
There's two of them. This is getting out of hand.
Too close. Everybody want the dinosaur. Look at my cute box. My cute.
What's the
Chocobo
cute?
box.
What's the cute box? What's in the cute box?
Magic the Gathering.
Ah, Magic the Gathering. Nice.
It's the new set. It's a little chocobo. It's great. It's great.
Did you make me look short on purpose?
No,
Was that your master plan? Was
No,
to make
I
me
was-
look like a wee little man
I was
compared to you?
trying to get
You're
a lot
so
more
tiny.
hand out of the frame. I was trying to get more hand out of the frame. You made yourself short.
You're so short and tiny,
He's a tiny little
baby.
guy.
Little tiny baby guy. Yeah. Look at you.
Oh, there we
Aw,
go.
you're
That's
so
nice.
cute.
That's nice. Yeah, we gotta watch out for ghost hand.
Well, that's what I was trying to.
What about you?
That's what I was trying to.
Spooky coffee.
Spooky coffee.
Oh.
I can stroke Jesse.
As everyone knows, Kyle is
Oh,
so small.
Which
It's
way am I going? Oh,
it's
no.
amazing.
Damn you, hands.
I feel like
Is it worse if I do this though? Fondle the balls.
No, it's not worse.
Oh,
Give
thank
the
you.
old balls a tickle. See what's going on.
You're saving
Great.
me a trip to the doctor. I appreciate it. Does everything seem okay up in there?
Hang on.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Oh,
It's
hang on.
fine. It's
I'm
like
stuck.
okay.
I'm stuck.
Am I
I
herniated?
was misguided.
Like, it's all right. It's fine.
This is the most normal start to one of these ever. We're very famous for having normal starts to these endeavors.
Exactly. Yeah, no, these are nothing but professional
What have you
round
guys been doing then? Because we're quite late to the party. Have you guys been playing something else?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've been playing. Well, there was Christmas break, so there was that, and then we were finishing up some
Christmas
retro
break?
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, never heard of it. Sounds made up.
I mean, I kept streaming. Kyle was gone though, which means I wasn't allowed to do MSQ. So yeah, it's all Kyle's fault.
It's all my, and then we played FF5 last week.
Well, we
for the
started.
first
we
time.
started- we s-
Excellent. The
we
weird one.
started FF. We finished 4 and we started 5.
Isn't 4 fantastic? It holds up so well.
4 is
today.
fantastic. It's okay to play. Like mechanically, I thought it was fine. Story wise, I'm like, this would have blown my mind as a kid if I had played a game
Yeah,
this
boys.
big
And it did.
in the
Yeah.
90s. I would have. It would have been untenable how
It
big
was
that game
cool as
was.
shit.
And you finished Expedition 33, I assume.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Was there a divide of opinion at the end in choices?
There
Without
shouldn't be.
spoiling?
I was
There
bullied.
shouldn't be.
Should not be. There should not
You
be.
were not bullied.
I say I'm bullied because I was convinced, and then I felt great shame.
Oh, you were bullied by the game.
Well, two parties. Yeah, the game, and you may. Yeah,
I want your own. Be an adult. You came to your own conclusion.
Oh.
big boy.
I knew what
Being
was.
you wanted to be a big boy. You didn't want to be a little baby boy anymore. You said, "Oh, I'm so short in this," and now you're a big boy.
I
Now
know,
you gotta
now,
own
but-
up to the
yeah.
big boy
Make me a
responsibilities.
big boy.
Put on your big boy
Make me a
pants
big
and admit
boy.
that you came to your own goddamn conclusion.
Yeah, no, that was unfair. No spoilers, but that was uncool of them to do that thing they did.
Much like certain characters in Expedition 33, you need to take responsibility.
Yep.
I also know exactly who you chose based on that response.
Yeah.
I know exactly what
Yep.
happened.
I
felt justified, is what I would say. I was like, I was correct.
I blame the writers of the game for having a clear favorite in their decision, just like Blizzard and their inability to admit that they have an alliance bias. I think the writers of Expedition 33 have a very clear and blunt bias. That's my take. I blame
What would
them.
you say that's a bias towards?
I blame the French.
What?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. That's
Yeah.
it's a very French bias game.
That's my point.
There was a
Extremely.
lean.
Why are we
Yeah, there
yelling?
was a lean.
Yeah.
We're yelling because
Baguette bias.
Yeah, we invited Mike and Jesse back. That's why we're yelling, everybody. That's why we're yelling.
Yeah. I'm not yelling. I literally talk like this all the time. this is not me
Titania
yelling.
Music? Is that what we're hearing?
Yes.
Oh, I'm digging it. Oh, they can't hear the music, can they?
No, thank you for
There's
rubbing it in.
background
I'm just
music.
gonna put my own
and
beats on.
it is bopping. Let me tell you.
Why is the? Okay, this is not important. I'm sorry. This is not good guesswork of me, but why is our Patreon celebrating? They did a thing.
What?
I don't know.
Our Patreon is celebrating?
Yeah, they seem excited that they broke something.
What did they
Oh, that's
break?
the drugs.
Yay. Is it test one? It's usually test one when
I-
something goes wrong.
I don't know. Are they talking about the?
No, they got Earthbound voted
Oh,
for, so we're
they're
doing
just-
Earthbound Wednesday.
Oh, they're just
that's what they're excited about.
Earthbound.
They're excited about
Okay.
Earthbound.
Gotcha. Our patrons force us to play games once a month, and they're forcing us to play Earthbound.
Earthbound's
so
on my
funny
list.
about
I haven't
that?
done that one.
Knowing that the way you guys play games, you will see exactly 2% of Earthbound. I hope your
I
chat
was-
is excited.
I was very surprised that it was even on the poll, because yeah, same thing. I'm like, we make no promise to beat the games that you force us to play, and this seems extremely unsurmountable.
I have a question as solo streamers, because we're playing FF5 right now, and we got a lot of comments of these guys. They struggle so much with any mechanic, but why is this so complicated to them?
We get a lot of compliments about 5. What are you talking about? I heard from tons of people. They're like, "Damn, you guys picked this up quick. Good job."
Is it because in complete silence as a solo streamer, you just kind of groove and just sort of absorb in silence, and we have to talk to each other and work out our own kinks?
No, it's usually because your audience has played it so much more than you, and they really don't remember when they learned things. I often get like people going, "Why is he using double jump ram dash?" And you don't learn it for like 4 more hours. Like your character literally can't do it, and they're like, "He's a noob. This guy's terrible." Like the worst person I've ever seen, because they don't remember. Especially with old games when you picked up that stuff. So yeah, that's what I find often is a misguided memory of when you pick these things up.
Did you have a
I
production
feel like
question?
the best thing to do is yell at them. When they tell you something, just like really get aggressive and angry and become like a little problematic, because then you'll get on live stream fails, and then that bumps the numbers. Those are the rules.
We call that clip farming. We're clip farming.
Yeah, you want to like farm those clips, especially for games people love. Like if you have hot takes, if you want to be like Earthbound, worst game ever, then like I got you. Like that'll help. That'll help.
Oh, I'll be like me and go, FF7's okay. Not the best Final
And
Fantasy.
skip all the cutscenes. If there's any story, if there's
Oh,
dialogue, just skip
rename the
ahead.
characters. I had people actually going so, like, not funny crazy, really crazy, because I renamed Cloud in FF7 to my dude, and they were pissed.
That one,
They were
Literally,
genuinely
my
pissed.
dude, or you came up with your own name for
Yeah,
it?
I called him my dude. So every time somebody spoke to him, they were like, "Listen, my dude." It was like, so
That's
it was
great.
the best name. Yeah, it was really good. Like they were like, one of the comments I had Whereas this is not the vision the developers intended, and you're ruining their vision. This is insane.
Hold on. All right. Oh, I mean, that makes so much sense because the developers had nothing to do with giving you the option to rename the characters.
No,
in the
they
first
put that in there under protest. I can imagine
Yeah.
internally they were like, "No, you corporate overlords, we're not going to do that."
So I'm against renaming a character when I won't know them otherwise. Like, I didn't know who Rydia was, so why would I like rename Rydia and confuse myself down the road? But Cloud, there's no way you'll ever not know that's Cloud.
Well, is it Aerith or is it Eris?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
See, Jesse's getting a twitch. You can see it in his
Yeah,
eyes.
he's-
He's getting-
Jesse, is your Twitch because you're one of the, if you call her Eris, I will jump through the internet and kill you people? Or are you getting a Twitch because you lived
I
through
find
having
it
to-
very funny because
having to read
I
the
grew up
original
with
localization?
Eris.
Yes.
I had Eris when
Yes.
I was a kid, so I could care. I'm like pineapple pizza guy. I don't care. Do you enjoy it? I don't have to eat that shit. I don't care.
Wait, is
Like,
this
that's what I'm saying. Like, have fun, man.
Is
I
this
think it's
a-
funny people get upset about it, but like,
like a Gary Ash situation. Like, it used to be Eris, but it wasn't correct. So
yes, in Final Fantasy VII, when it came out in the US, it was Eris. And there used to be all different things. So you know how there's Biggs and Wedge? In Final Fantasy VI, when it was Final Fantasy III, it was Vix and Wedge. Right? Like, instead of Valor Grimande, it was Tritarch. Like, they would change stuff, and I lived during that period, so like none of that affects me at all.
My,
Like,
my
I could
understanding
care
is
less.
a lot of the early stuff was just character limits. Like they just couldn't make names longer in a lot of cases.
Oh yeah,
Although-
there's if you play early Final Fantasy games, you'll see some items that are like abbreviated. You'll see all sorts of weird stuff just because they couldn't fit, and they were like, "Well, we can't change the game. We just have the space we have."
Interesting.
Yeah.
am I in focus?
Good fun.
I don't know how to help you with that one. You look more or less in focus to me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't seem focused,
Yeah,
but you look focused.
You are slightly more zoomed in, so maybe you're beyond the pixel limit.
Oh, is it because you're so tiny?
Did you?
There's a help.
There we go.
Whoa!
Did you have
whoa.
a production question there or something? Audio level or something?
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Are we recording audio only?
We're recording a video only, and we have the stream. I do not have an audio only. I can make one.
No, it's fine. We'll just convert it from video. That works.
I'll just be a nice big head.
There. Oh, there it is.
I like that.
There it
I
is.
like that for us. I like that for enhance.
There it is. Okay. All right.
Hey, what
This
a
is how we
crystal
podcast.
clear camera.
Okay,
What a
Mike,
beautiful
I'm
look. You
gonna
can
need
see
to know what
everything.
lens you're using.
Thank you, Jesse. And you can pick one up using my discount code over at getyourcamera.com.
Oh, I was actually kind of liking.
Is that a real thing? Because I would have
No,
gone.
no, that's not a real thing.
Nice
no.
lens. I kind of
Hold on. I have to know. Getyourcamera.com.
It's not happening.
You can buy it for $695.
Wait, really? No, wait, no. Now
Oh,
it'd
the
be-
website, you mean?
Oh, gotcha.
yeah.
I was going to say, you don't even know what camera I have.
All right,
Like,
well,
you
let's
can
split
it just
it.
says Mike's camera. It's one web page. It just says Mike's camera. Buy it now.
Good Lord. Well, welcome back. Thank you both for joining us. Thanks for making the time. Thanks for the I would say the tables have turned, but we're just back to where we started, which was both of you playing Final Fantasy XIV long before Kyle and I got to it. So we're just kind of back to the
I wasn't that long. Jesse's the real OG.
well,
This guy,
yeah.
I just have free time. I have zero responsibilities. So I had time to play it on launch. And tomorrow I shall play more. Potentially. I
What?
got to go. My responsibility tomorrow is I'm going to go see the Markiplier movie early so I can make a review of it. Because I'm getting them clicks, baby.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one where he's in a submarine?
Yes, I have no idea what this movie is going to be.
Iron
because
Lung,
having played
I
the
believe
game,
is what it's called.
there's like the game is you're in a sub and you can't see anything. And the horrors and not what you can see. So like I have no idea how this movie's going to. I'm very curious.
Oh, cool.
Maybe it's all up to the imagination and it's just him in the sub.
If that's the
no
case, this man better be the greatest actor that ever was. We'll find out.
I mean,
It's like a Ryan Reynolds movie where he was in a coffin for the whole movie and nothing else happens.
yeah,
It
maybe
might
he
be a bit like
imagines
that.
himself outside of the sub and then realizes he's still in the sub. That'd eat hours. You know,
like
that'd take up time.
When are the four of us going to start Black Box Theater? That's my question now.
I mean, I've already done it.
I already do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have a one-man show called Jesse in the Nude, the Fool Cox.
Nice.
You came
So
up
we
with
get
that
to see
very
Ween?
quickly, which makes me think it's something you've been thinking about for quite some time.
I mean, I always think about that.
You say
It's
stuff
always
like
in the
that,
back of my
and
mind.
I think to myself, this man is clearly workshopping this to see
Strategy.
to see if there's any appeal. You know?
Yeah.
Test
I like
into
that
the
there's no
audience.
vocals during it either. You're just sat on the chair in the nude, staring. Just drinking
Just
in.
man spreading. Like,
I mean, how is that any different than a holiday
Welcome to my
fire
show.
stream? Yeah.
To be fair, that's why they bought the ticket, and you know it, and they know it. So
yeah.
why add more hats?
Why do you have a lobster on your microphone?
That's Nancy from Yakuza.
Oh, of
It's
course.
crawfish, actually.
Okay. Is that why I'm supposed to ask you about lasers and tell you that you're a moth?
Well, that sounds like
No,
savage.
that's-
No.
Let's not go into that. No, it's not savage. That's I am savage rating though for the first time, which is nice.
How's that going for you?
Good, really interesting.
Are
Like,
you
you
doing
don't really.
the current wing, or are you catching up?
Yeah, we're doing M11 now.
Oh shit!
So that's the latest one.
You're making
Yeah, we're doing
progress.
Tyrant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good because you learn so much more when you do the game at the hardest level. You find out all the little intricacies, the good and the bad, of what's going on. So yeah, it's been a real eye-opening experience. It's fun though because I'm playing with a lot of the old WoW guild. that I used
Oh,
to-
chill.
I used to pal around. Yeah, I'm playing with all my friends. So it's been a really fun to put raiding back into my life and listen to the cool tracks. A vamp stamping on your nuts
Over and over
Yo.
again. Because
over and over
'Cause it
again,
takes
and
a
the
while to
cool
clear.
extreme bros, the fun surfer bros, just high fiving in their oiled bodies and slip sliding away. It's a very essential experience fighting those.
So you're healing it?
I am, yeah, I'm Scholar.
How's that
I'm
going?
doing the Scholar. I got told by a friend of mine, so a former world first raider of a healer. And he was like, I would never do what you're doing. Good luck. So I goofed, but it's going well. It's what I'll say. It's going okay. Yeah, but he was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's really stupid what you're doing. It's very hard, but yeah, I'm enjoying that. That's fun for me.
so this
yeah,
this is it. So you just jumped in on the latest thing. You didn't go do the old wing or anything like that.
No, I did a bit of a Realm Reborn Savage, but that was weird.
Oh, that
Like,
doesn't. That is its own can of worms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
doesn't
didn't work.
really.
I've always done the extremes and left it there, but I didn't have the time to commit to raiding. Like I said, my kids are older now, so I was like, okay, we can give this a try. And
That's
it's been
why
really fun
people
to
are
have that.
yelling at us for
night
not.
out.
We're getting yelled at right now for not doing Savage, and I thought people had calmed down when I think you announced you weren't going to be raiding a WoW anymore until like a patch later, and I was like, I thought everybody calmed down after like because we hang out with Mike every once in a while, and I figured people would be chill about it. So it's your fault people are yelling at us because they're expecting everyone to raid again because you started raiding. Thanks, Mike. It's your
It's
fault.
fun. It's very fun. It's my night out with the guys. I don't go to the pub or do any of that stuff. So it's I've missed it. I've really missed it because it's been 5 years since I've raided high-end stuff. So it's been a long time since I've bothered to step into that field of being prepared, checking your strategies, going through the notes I write down of every spell I cast so I can review it later, which is the correct way of doing things.
Of course. Of course.
Yes, and checking performances. And
The little
comparing it with
papers
other
come out of the
people.
machine and you hold it like an old stockbroker. Oh,
It is adding a lot of time to the raid. Each night is to go through every pull and write down every spell cast by everybody, so we
exhausting.
can figure out what's going on. It's exhausting, but it's worth it in the end to increase performance.
did
obviously.
you heal in WoW when you were raiding?
No, I hate healing in WoW. I mean, I did it when forced. When that raid leader turns ever so slightly like, Mike, just asking you a question. Can you heal this? I did it then, but yeah, I didn't like healing in WoW at all. But this I do. I was always tanking in WoW or DPSing, so yeah, it was good.
Same. Yeah, I've never really cared for healing outside of PvP and WoW.
Ew, what?
Oh, it's the most fun because the PvP is all about how can you annoy someone the most, and the answer is by keeping people alive. That's how you can annoy someone the most in PvP and WoW.
WoW PvP. No. No, thank you.
Well, at least it has PvP.
But then again, you guys are nuts. You like that Heroes of the Storm game, so
Yeah,
your opinion is invalid.
Yeah, we
straight
like
off
the
bat.
best MOBA ever made. Yeah, it's weird, but you know, It's easy to like the best thing that in its genre. Yeah.
You didn't like
They're gonna bring
Heroes
it back
of the
this
Storm?
BlizzCon. I never played it.
Oh.
I didn't play it one single time, like at all, in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I never touched it.
Well, you were
Yeah,
validated.
they
in your
sent me
decision.
codes and stuff, and I'm like, that's great. Thank you. I will give those away now on the stream. And never touched that game ever.
Remember this, commenters that want to say that Mike is bought and paid for by Blizzard Entertainment. Just remember this. Remember this moment. Well, we're back here. We're back here today because there's a recent, I wouldn't say new because it came out in December, a recent Final Fantasy XIV patch that brought in yet another big chunk of story. As we're like on the precipice of FanFest and the Final Fantasy XIV hype machine properly spinning up again. For me, at least, what feels like forever compared to the last time this happened. Because I've never been current in Final Fantasy XIV until this expansion. And goodness, does it feel like a long wait before the road to the next expansion actually begins.
I've not even done Hildy yet. I've saved it. I've been a good boy. I've not touched it.
I don't even think we've done Stormblood Hildy yet.
How's that make you a good boy?
Because you were so used to like playing all the. Why are you smirking? You get to do all the. When you join the game, you get to do everything all the way to like Endwalker back to back and enjoy it. But waiting, the time gating between patches is the worst thing ever. So I almost considered not playing Dawn Trail at all until like a couple of expansions. I was like, I might just put the game down so I can have that experience. But the best I could get was Hildy. I've left Hildy alone until my time comes. That's going to be my treat at the very end of Dawn Trail before we go into the next one, is to do all the Hildy back to back, because apparently it's fantastic. And I've kept myself away. And Jesse's making me feel like I made a bad move.
Jesse,
No,
do you eat your
I
dessert
realized
first
just
in your
now.
kids' cuisine?
What is this?
What kids cuisine? What do you mean?
You pop open your kids' cuisine. Do you eat the brownie first, or do you save it for later?
I forgot that was a thing with the penguin on the box. I forgot. First off, here's what I'll say. Y'all, I was about to be like, as you were talking about the Savage this, and I was thinking like, man, I'm such a casual. I don't do any of that stuff. And here I am, everything completed except Savage. And you guys are like, I don't know. I guess I'll never do Hildy. And I'm like, oh no, these guys is casual. I'm a hardcore player in the world of Final Fantasy 14. You haven't
Have you done the
done
tower?
half the stuff.
Have you done the new tower?
I have not done Fork Tower. I was actually
Okay.
I was like, I should probably do that this week. I should really actually try that.
So we're just doing this a little early is all. Otherwise, you'd be completely completionized.
I would be complete. I have so many of the Occult Crescent jobs done. I have like almost all. Look, when you don't get drops on those damn Atmas. So the Atmas, there was one that just would not drop for me. And I was like, well, I guess I could go farm it out in the world and do, fates. Or while I'm in Occult Crescent, I can level my jobs. And I just kept leveling jobs. And it was like, just drop the damn gem game. And it never happened. So I have like almost everything leveled. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's why I tried it for one day and I was like, this is not for me. Like, absolutely not. Like, I can't run around this circle endlessly, just tagging things.
The biggest issue is that everything dies so quickly. So it really is running around in a circle. It isn't like, well, I've got time to get there and no one's waiting. There isn't like some of the other ones where it's like, we're going to go at 5 after. Nah, it's just go the entire time.
It
really feels like it's moving fast, but it's a grind.
Yep. Yeah, I have no time for a grind.
Yeah, it moves so fast that it becomes a bit dull and it just feels kind of samey. It's like the most aggressive hunt train you've ever seen.
Yes.
But imagine it just never stopped and it kept going until the server literally runs out of time and boots you out. Like that's yeah, I'm definitely a little more on your page there. Mike. Although I've been enjoying Final Fantasy 14 so much right now, I've been thinking about getting back into Occult Crescent. But this is not a declaration of anything. Don't expect regular Occult Crescent streams or anything. But the thought has occurred to me.
I like the Deep Dungeon. That was good.
The Deep Dungeon friggin' rules, and yeah, I want to get back in there. And actually, I've been thinking about bugging you, Jesse, and Joe again to just like
I'd do it again. The Deep Dungeon's fun. That was neat.
That was a really good time.
It's nice that it has a story and like fills out some of the lore of the first. I think that's cool.
I got
the
that.
variant. Give me that. I like my variant dungeons.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't been able to sink into them.
I really want to go back to variant dungeons, Kyle.
Cool.
You guys haven't done the Malala dungeon. You don't even know, bro.
Don't tell Kyle that. It was his biggest crash out I've ever seen.
Oh, you don't even know.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. People bullied him so much for not having done that before Dawn Trail, and then
You can get a statue of the Malala queen.
But then the
and
end
you can
of
put it
Dawn
in your
Trail,
home, and she's like, "Oh,
I actually
it's incredible."
still don't understand Dawn Trail because I haven't done that. Yeah, it's pretty confusing. There was a
You won't. You just don't get it. It's like how you didn't watch the movie before Final Fantasy 15, so you don't understand Final Fantasy 15.
yeah, except there's a scene in the movie that explains exactly what the thing you missed, like word for word, verbatim.
That doesn't sound like expanded media.
It's not the same. You haven't got the
That doesn't
detail.
sound.
Yeah, you're missing context.
Mike,
You're missing context.
Mike, do you get really hyped when they release like a new short story on the World of Warcraft website? Are you one of those folks? You're just
Bro,
like,
it makes me pregnant. Are you kidding me? I'm like immediately pregnant when that's coming out. Yeah, like there's no pause, there's no pass go. Like straight to pregnancy as soon as it's out.
Oh my God.
I've never read one of those short stories.
that's beautiful.
I've read the FF ones. Like, do you remember Kanye Senna? Like the most obscenely dull character in the game.
I'm glad you said it instead of me for a change, but continue.
Yeah, she even stands boring. It's crazy. Like she has both her. If you look at her character model, like her like she just stands statuesque and never moves. She's like frozen in time. And she glares off into the distance. But her short story about what happened now, her story is fantastic.
I feel so bad for folks that regularly watch us because I am like the #1 Gridania hater. Like there have just been so many instances where I've tripped over myself and just talked an excessive amount of shit about that zone and its leader.
Why?
Oh God, because it's just like
so much?
it's just a really phoned in. It's just a forest. It's just a really phoned in forest.
Most MMOs are just forests.
Yeah, but usually the graphics are better than
forest.
Guild Wars 1, but Gridania kind of looks like a Guild Wars 1 forest.
Look, you need to understand something. Gridania, well, not great. If you go back and look at the way it looked in 1.0, bro, you will be like, no, it's fantastic. This is the greatest. This is the greatest comeback in the history of comebacks. The 1.0 version is maybe the worst thing I've ever seen in a video game. It's bad.
Okay.
It's like a tree.
It's
a forest.
They have my favorite inn. I like the roost. That little bar in there is really sick. I like how it looks. I like hanging in there. But yeah, I remember being new to the game and being like, Ul'dah like actually looks like a mega city. And it has some cool skybox stuff going on. And then Limsa just looked unlike any port town I've ever seen in anything. So that's how Limsa went out for me. And Gridania, I was just like, I feel like I've been here before, you know?
It was the ERP. You can tell us. We know.
Yeah, okay, fine.
You really explored Limsa.
I walked
like,
into that
nooks and
town
crannies.
square and I just was so excited with the grotesque linking of emotes that people were doing things I didn't know was possible.
The squatting Hroth, yeah, it gets you know.
Why are you judging?
I'm not. I just think he's putting on a mask. And beneath
Oh, no,
that
I
mask
agree with
is-
you.
No, that's what I do when I ERP.
Yeah.
That's how I ERP. The mask is for that exclusively.
With the mask?
Yeah. I'm not
And now you've got a new Calyx
No,
squirrel
right,
one?
no,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
The mask
Yeah,
stays
bro.
on.
It does.
The squirrel suit stays on. Well, speaking of squirrel suits, let's dive in. Let's talk about how did everyone like
What's wrong with squirrel suits?
the new MSQ in 7.4? Don't answer that. We're gonna actually move on. So help me God.
Okay. I do love that today's thumbnail for the stream looks super dismissive if you have no idea what happened. The squirrel
Is it the one you
looking
linked to the Discord chat?
the completely
Yeah.
nonplussed
Yep.
squirrel standing there staring vapidly ahead. makes it look like nothing happened in this patch.
That's why I'd used it. Every time I make a thumbnail for one of these, I'm like, I want something that is recognizable for folks who have played it, but I also don't want it to be like a really blatant spoiler for those that haven't. And to me, the squirrel suit was perfect because it's just like, if you haven't played this patch, that just looks like a minion or some shit that you got in the game. But if you have played this patch, you're like, it's everything. Every theory I've come up with, everything I've talked to my friends that play Final Fantasy XIV about in the past 4 weeks has been about this damn squirrel. Like, I love it. It's like it's the most perfect image I've ever had for one of these thumbnails.
There is the thumbnail has a vibe.
I was about to say,
And
if you look in the back,
you need to find this.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
on.
Garrett and Kyle are kind of looking at this guy like, what the hell? And Mike is like, I'm gonna fuck that squirrel. And I have this look of like, I'm going to explain to you why furry sex is valid.
no, you look like you just got fucked by that squirrel.
yeah. You saw it go down and you were like, I want some of that.
And it was awesome. I watched it.
I've
and
never
these
been
two
so
walked in on
relaxed.
it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you two look like you walked in on it, but me and Jesse were deep.
We were
We were
feeling
there.
it.
Listen, I don't think you two know how hard it is to find new pictures of you on Google image search. Like, it gives me the same 7 pictures, and they are
That's
all
on Google.
they are all from
I got
12
plenty
years
of
ago.
photos. That's on Google.
So yeah.
It's
Jesse,
I can
today I
imagine.
went to your YouTube channel and just grabbed the first thing I found.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Mike,
why the velvet coat?
That's
when we do our award
gentleman's
show
club.
every year,
Right.
I put on a velvet coat for the Coxies.
No tie.
Yeah.
No tie.
No tie. No.
Not
No,
even
that's
an
a
smoking
ascot.
jacket.
that's a smoking jacket. Yeah, you don't wear a tie
Yeah.
with a smoking jacket.
Well, what about an ascot?
You could
I'd wear an
ascot.
ascot.
You could wear an ascot.
I could do an ascot.
I was right.
Yeah.
You could do an ascot.
I could pull that shit off.
But
But
overall,
like a frilly one,
Yeah,
like a
really-
like a vampire count.
Tumbling
Yeah.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
but
It looked like a Santa beard. It looks so good.
Ho ho ho.
So-
Yeah.
Ho ho ho, bitch.
I've got the squirrel suit now.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts? How'd you like the MSQ, the story of 7-4? I'll start with you, Jesse. Yay, nay, best thing ever, worst thing ever?
This is the best story they've done in a while. Hands down, it's the most enjoyable thing they've done. Like, it flowed well. Stuff was happening. They were filling in some of the world. They answered some questions. And they, for the first time in a while, gave me a dungeon that didn't feel like a chore. So, like, all in all, we even got, like, the scene that was when you play as Kryl. Like, I wish I could have kept playing as Kryl when they were like, no, you're here to help. I was like, no. Just let me be Kryl still. That was fun as hell. So, all in all, I think it's the best thing they've done in all of 7 so far. I really enjoyed this. It made me feel like, okay, I'm excited for the run up to 8. Let's go. So, big thumbs up from me.
All right. Cool. Mike, what about you? What were your overall thoughts?
Exactly the same as Jesse. This was by far and away the best patch they've done in the entirety of Dawn Trail. Particularly, I wanted to bring up the pacing. So good. It was paced so well. They ditched a load of stuff at the beginning. We're like, that's done. Bye. And then they're like, this is going to be the future. This is way better. And it had an actual mystery I genuinely cared about at the end. And I was like, perfect. That's what I want from FF. I want to go in. I want to have a good time on the way there. And I want to be left wanting more. And I genuinely felt that way this time. I was like, this is great. This is really good. Absolutely loved it. Really enjoyed it. Blew everything else out of the water for me.
All right, is this just going to... Because I quite enjoyed it too. Is this just going to be a compliment fest, Kyle? Do you have any grumbles?
The camera was too close on the old Lalafell a few too many
No,
times.
no.
She was so well animated.
She
I
really
love
was.
her. How dare you?
She really freaking was. I know what you're talking about. There was a couple scenes where she was just talking, and for some reason the camera was like really close. Sure.
That's because
fine.
we could see her wrinkles, and I demand Lala wrinkles. Oh my God, I would make little JC so
Can
old.
we call her Miali? Little respect, all right?
She has a name, and it's Kryl's aunt.
The hug was really
Wow.
good. The hug was fantastic.
There
That
were-
was a top tier hug.
There was so much
wow.
animation
Somewhere
flexing.
Reed is like, what? What do you mean?
There was so much
Poor
animation
Ring
flexing.
never got a hug.
In that final little scene between Kryle and Miali. Is that how you pronounce it? I already forget. I'm sorry.
Just own it.
Don't look at me.
The animation
You call it
flexing,
whatever you
like
want.
the hug, like they did close up. It was custom animation, like the hands, and then they did this. I think it was the ant, like kind of like does that sweet thing where you kind of like bring the hands down the other person's arms and then kind of hold their hands, and that shit's not easy in animation. Like having things feel like they actually collide and have weight, because like they're all hollow. We've all accidentally had our camera too close to our warrior of light and seen the inside of our heads. Like there's nothing in there. I was mad impressed. On top of the fact that there was also like there were some really solid action scenes and all that kind of stuff going on in here. Plus, freaking my god, Doom Train.
The only negative I heard was Graha's voice, because he was busy, apparently.
Yeah,
So that was literally the only negative I heard about the patch. That it seemed like a
People
weird
got
recording.
really worked up about that.
People are
Yeah.
still really worked up on it, and like there's like the line is drawn on who wants to talk about it. I feel like in our stream, half the people are like, oh my god, not this again, and then the other half are completely whipped up and they are completely convinced of what they believe and they cannot be moved from it.
Let's
talk about it. Where do you fall on the Graha line?
I don't like. I will say that there are some lines that sound like him and some lines that don't, and whether it's literally one of the most popular actors in the world right now or
yeah.
not. Like, if there was ever an excuse to be like, sorry, he couldn't do it, that would be one of them. So I feel like you just got to accept it as is. And yeah, if he's back, he's back. If not, whatever. And if he was sick, okay. But like, there's nothing you can do about it. What do you want to happen?
I think it's just, to me, it's one of those like it's a low stakes thing to have an opinion about. I think it's a fun thing to try and like theorize around. At no point did it sound like Jonathan Bailey to me. So for anyone listening to this, like, what the hell's going? If you somehow missed this, the English voice actor for the character of Graha Tia is Jonathan Bailey, who at this time is one of the hottest stars in Hollywood.
He's gone for good.
You think he's gone for good?
It's a wicked joke.
I haven't seen Wicked, so I can't help you. On stage, in my ear holes, or on a screen.
I know I'm gonna get like instantly countered by like there's multiple languages and they can't put that in the game. But honestly, Ninja Turtles 2014 did it. You got hurt in the throat. He's been spending too many nights up in the studium. He's been submitting those papers. Like, you just throw in a little line of him being like, I'm a little tuckered. And then that's it. Like,
I think it's because people attached themselves to him as a character and they love, like, I get it. I get being upset that it's not exactly the same thing, but let's be very clear. If you played from Realm Reborn, all the voices changed. If you have played long enough, you've heard Stola recording from home. You've heard when Sid's voice sounded completely different for one whole patch.
Forgot his accent.
You've been like, there's Urion J had a weird thing with his voice at one point. Like, it happens, and it's one patch. So if in the future they're like, yeah, we recast him because of whatever, fine. But if he comes back, you'll be like, oh man, that was a weird patch, and you just move on. Like, maybe he couldn't make it for this patch because he was touring for Wicked. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? There's probably a million reasons. And the reason why they wouldn't immediately come out and say anything, because maybe in 5.5 he's back. You know, like, it's a weird vibe to get really worked up over it with zero information. Like, we just don't know anything.
I get it though, because his delivery for a lot of people, I think myself, you look forward to it. Like, if you think about it, like all the way back to like Living Memory when you're on that boat, is like Jonathan Bailey is very, very good, and and you look forward to that, and it's like,
sure,
that's not right. But I'm with you. Like, yeah, it's life. It happens. It's a video game, and he's been doing it for a very long time. And
I lost amazing Admiral Hottie voice. Merwell,
I agree.
Merwell's
OG was Biss.
Is awesome. Yeah, and I lost that. But like, the new one's good. I don't hate it, but I miss the old one, and it's fine. It happens frequently in video games and stories and whatever. Like, it's been 10 years.
I wish it would happen in more properties. Please recast Star Wars actors. Like, the deep fake shit looks insane. Just get a different actor. Please.
Rob-on. I liked original Rob-on. He was a bit stiff, but they worked.
He's the other one I really preferred the original voice for. Merwib's the number one for me, where I was just like, I loved her Realm Reborn voice so much. But I liked Rabon too. I'm with you. I'm with you. Poor Kami-sama.
Well, that was the only complaint I heard was Graha. That was it. Hard to be mad at this. You'd have to like really dig deep, and it's not worth it. Just enjoy it. It was really well put together and paced so well. And they really did from the start when they just started like ditching all the Dawn Trail stuff like very quickly. I was like, oh, there you go. We're done with that. That's finished now.
Yeah, what I liked
and
about
they did something.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
No, and they did something that I kept complaining about back through all of 7.0, which was like, I love the Scions, but like we don't need them all right now. If you got a thing where like random NPCs can run dungeons with us, the Scions don't have to be. And literally they were like, yes, Alice and Alphino are going to go back to Garlemald, which is where they should have been the entire time. Like, let them go do their thing. I'm excited that it was like, we're going to hyper focus, and it's going to be you and Kryl and a few Scions, and we're going to go on this thing. And I was like, yes. So when we meet new characters, it's like, okay, yeah, they gave us 2 really fun new Lalafels. Let's see where this goes. That's great. Do I think they're going to be a huge part of the next story? No, but it's nice to see some characters, have a complete story with them, and be like, all right, where are we going next? That was fun.
I like that it was all the nerd characters that banded together. It was like everyone that went to the library together towards the end of Endwalker. Like, what the hell was it called in Twin Peaks? The book club boys? It felt like we got our little after school group of geeks and went off on our own little geeky adventure to another world.
It was. Yeah, again, I think Jesse's absolutely right. It's like the two they focused laser on those 2 characters in the town, and they were goofy. You know, the brother and sister were just goofy, silly Lalas, which is what Lalas should be. And you knew as soon as you got there, it reminded me a little bit. This is not Lala hate, by the way, but they're bad. When you go and you meet the Loperates, you're in for a weird time.
Don't you play a Lalafell?
No, he's
Excuse you, sir.
Yeah. He's all tall and
watch
stuff.
your mouth.
There's only one Lala here.
I just assumed every streamer that wasn't us played a Lalafell, because every time I meet a new streamer, they're playing a Lalafell.
Yeah, for the joke of it. That's why they're doing it, though. Like universally, they're doing it as like because it's so silly looking.
That's literally the reason. Is I love it. And now that was the beginning. It was a joke, and now I'm so in. I can't play anything else because I love the idea of a little baby boy beating the shit out of everyone. It is never not funny. And whenever there's a scene where y'all have to run, I get to watch you guys go like, da. And when you're a lot of thought, you're like, pew! It's hilarious. It's incredible.
There's a violent gremlin energy to Lalafells that I think people don't talk about. Everyone talks about how funny they make everything. No one talks about how like low-key scary they can make scenes because of the speed with which they move. Like, if one of those things came running at me in a dark alley, I would scream.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch out.
Yeah,
I've never been to a party in FF14, like one of the player organized parties, where at some point all the Lalas have like gathered as if there's some sort of cerebral connection between them all. And I'll be like talking to somebody, I'll be stood there, and I'll turn, and there'll be 16 or 17 Lalafells just all behind me going, wah, wah, wah. I'll hear it behind me. And it's like they have their own chat channel, like built in. So they'll be like, Lalas assemble. And they just group and they just gather and they just wah behind you and they'll follow. And they do that stupid walk with their thighs rubbing together, going, and they're just constantly following around. And they universally, there is impossible, and I bet Jesse has one. It is impossible in Final Fantasy 14 to check the adventure plate of a Lalafell and it's not demonic. It is one of the most horrific things you've ever seen. It'll be like blood pouring from their eyes. They'll have weapons coming out of everything, and they will just be like, call this number for Satan. And you're like, what is going on with this? And then you go and get a screenshot, and there's a friend of mine who sends me a screenshot of every cutscene where the camera is busted because he's playing a Lala, and it'll be some epic cutscene they've put together, and then his Lala looks ridiculous in this cutscene because they're so out of scale of everything else. And it's like, this is why I do it. I do it for this. So my cutscene is balked every single time. Perfect.
I must stress my machinist portrait. Imagine the background's on fire, it's flames, and he's up close. The gun is pointed directly at the screen, and he's got this like.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You've nailed it completely.
Go around the saucer and just inspect them, and every single one of them is a horror show. Everybody else is like a slutmog, right? Universally slutmogs, and then the Lalas that are all demonic, evils beings sent through black holes.
Mog.
Oh, I see.
So transmog from WoW. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Sorry, Kyle doesn't speak British accent.
That crosses the pond. That's gamer lingo.
No, it 100% does. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it for proof. They'll be like, that's not true. I'm like, okay, pick random one.
I mean, everybody
every time.
else did leave the town but the Lalafels, and they had some sort of throwaway line of like, well, you know, they weren't family. Like, what actually happened?
I firmly believe they left the town.
Yeah.
The Lalas were like, well. You're all
I'm
alone
hungry.
with us, eh?
I mean, they would take
I
more
was
food,
hungry.
right? Like Lalafels would have smaller diets, so you would be able to sustain more. They'd run shorter baths.
Wait, are you playing this like an RTS at this point? Are you like, or like a city builder? You're like, okay, we got to kick out all the talls because we only have enough food for the smalls.
I would play the hell out of a Final Fantasy 14 themed RTS.
I must stress, it is weird that the talls left and they just left the Lalafels in the city. Either A, they were too short to notice they were there, or B, the Lalafels ate them, is what I'm saying. I feel like B is the right
team
answer.
cannibalism all the way. They ate
I
them
feel like there should have been like a couple.
Why are there so many cages in town?
Well, guess what? The new Beast Tribe is going to explode the eating.
No, the new Beast Tribe is just the talls that are mad that they got kicked out of the Smalls town.
You're gonna find a tall hiding.
The first time we have a Beast
sewer.
Tribe, and it just looks like Hears. Like it's just a bunch of dudes. And the Malala are like, yes, the local Beast Tribe are very mad at us for keeping them outside of our bubble town.
Got all the heroes in the back on hamster wheels to power the machines.
I
Keep the shield up.
legitimately would love that. I would love to just flip that on its head for a little bit and make the very normie looking race in the game the monsters for once. I think that'd be a good
I'm
time.
pretty sure that would be like Mericidia if you think about it. Because everything there is absolutely crazy. And it's like tree people and centaurs and dragon things. So yeah, the normal allied race or whatever would be just like, hey, yeah, we're just dudes. We really could use your help. This place is
Hello,
crazy.
I am Guy.
Yeah.
I am Guy.
That's messed up. How did you get here?
Which admittedly, Mericidia, Australia, I know 4 dudes in Australia named Guy. So like this is absolutely a thing that could happen.
I mean, we have a very famous guy in the United States that is not Australian.
Thierry?
Yes.
Oh, hey, nice.
Oh yeah, he has the chicken restaurant. That's not very good.
You made me immediately think of the fact that I saw everyone freaking out on the internet because he changed his look to be like a normal guy.
I saw that.
And it's so obviously a Super Bowl commercial. And people are like, he's doing it. He got rid. I'm like, no, this is the thing, guys. It's just a Super Bowl commercial. That's what it's gonna be.
No, this is the
Why
guy
are we doing this?
things.
You maybe Google Guy Fieri. I don't know what's happened.
He changed his look. He looks like an old man now. It's wild.
Well,
He looks like a normal human being. Outrageous.
wouldn't that just be dyeing his hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also shaved off his goatee, and he's wearing a long sleeve so you can't see his tattoos.
He looks like he wants to sell you a used car.
He
It's
looks
great.
like
It
your
also looks like
uncle
just makeup.
that wants to talk to you about
Yes.
golf at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It's 100% for a Super Bowl commercial. They always do this. This is like when they're like, we killed Mr. Peanut.
We brought back Breaking Bad, but it's to sell you Cheetos.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
Doritos. I forget. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't matter. But they also brought back the damn Malala. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you
Well
all
done.
say that the pacing was good. Because I agree. I really dug it. I heard pretty much nothing but compliments in the early weeks of this coming out, and then like a day or two before we were gonna play it, I got a couple comments from folks that were like, I was a little bored. And I guess I can see how this might be boring to some folks, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And
did they say why they were bored?
No,
Like,
because
what
they were
bored them?
being polite and they weren't spoiling me. Folks were just giving me their like early, spoiler-free takes on whether they liked it or they didn't like it. So I wouldn't say it was a ton of folks, but like a couple days before was the first time I heard from anyone that they were just like, I thought it was fine.
I mean, the only way you can really like that conclusion to me is tied to just the linear nature of Dawn Trail into this, because it's not throw wide the gates. Like there's no bombastic moment. It's a very natural evolution of the cup and Kryl and her family and where it came from and the key, and we're going to use the key, but does the key have some sort of like issue with it? Does it kill people when it gets used? Does it take souls? Why is it there?
I hope not.
I will say I still have the confusion of, even though it's been spelled out for me 4 times in the game so far, I still do not understand fundamentally how the top of the Solution 9 place, the top of that is also in the 9th above the stuff we just did.
yes.
That's what they said, and I know that's what it is, but my brain does not comprehend how that would look.
Wait, above the stuff
I
we
don't
just
understand,
did?
visually how that would.
I never really understood it even in base Dawn Trail. Like in 7.0, before any of the patch shit came out. And they're like, we're going to Living Memory. It's at the top of Everkeep. It never really seemed like it was physically, like literally above Everkeep. It kind of just felt like a portal to get there was above Everkeep.
Which is crazy. So, like, because you would take elevators and stuff. So you go to the top, but the top isn't there. The top is on the 9th. But you can just like visit, but there's a bubble on the source. And but the bubble, are you going out of the bubble? Or is there's logically, it is the most convoluted thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I do not understand it. But it doesn't matter. It's just like, I kept sitting there like, what do you mean?
Okay.
What?
I accepted that. What I haven't accepted yet is that every time I leave Living Memory, I'm in the dead baby cave. It feels like we should have moved that portal over this whole journey to just be a bit more localized. There should be a second portal that we turned on at some point in this adventure, just so we never had to go back there again.
I felt it wasn't physically there. It's like where it's separated, and that's what transfers you. So you don't physically in the source go out of the bubble. That bubble top is the cut-off into the 9th. So you are transcending up, but you're not traveling. You're staying within that 9th era to move into there.
That's what's so crazy, is because if you go up, you think you would go out the top of the bubble, but no, you go to a different dimension going up, which is like, all right, man. I don't understand. But then you're right. Then there's also just the back door to the same place that's in the baby cave.
Yeah.
I agree with your confusion. I just kind of chalked it up to like a pocket universe. It's like how I don't know if you're a Doctor Who fan. I think of it like the TARDIS. I just kind of, I don't worry about it too much.
Technically, it's all pocket universes, because I don't know that it. So like, when you look at the sort of like array of the 14, like the source and the 13 other ones, in reality, if you go to like, when we were in the moon on the 13th, according to the devs, there is no universe there. Like,
okay,
there isn't, like, you can't get on a ship on the 13th and then travel to a different like part of the world.
It's a void?
It's like a pocket dimension, essentially.
So did they not have their own dragons that were aliens from their own version of space?
Great question. I feel like that's one of those things we need to actually delve into.
This is the kind of lore that like I'm really I catch flack sometimes because I'm not always the most into lore, at least when it comes to Final Fantasy 14. I'm very much kind of here for the characters more than anything else. But I still have my moments where I'm like, I'm very curious about this. Could we explore this more? And that's one of those.
I think what we learn is that if like all the reflections are overlaid on each other, which is why, for example, the first map looks very similar to, like our map. And and they're all overlaid, like stacked on each other. And if you just get on a ship and leave, eventually you break the bubble of that thing, and then you just end up in our reality, I get. Like, I don't know. But there is no universe in those other ones. Just like there aren't, like, dragons are only on the source, and anything that gets there to the other reflections are from our dragons on the source.
Huh.
No stars in the sky on the 13th? I can't remember.
I think
Because there are on the 1st.
Well, it was all red and
But
stuff.
those stars might be our stars. If that makes any sense.
I
But
mean,
we're seeing it through a lens, essentially.
Well, it'd be a reflection, right? Yeah, so they'd be reflecting our stars as a copy of theirs.
But you can't travel to them, is what you're saying?
I'm pretty sure that's what it means, is like it's just our world is split. Everything else is the same.
and
That's just the landmass, the physical landmass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure just the planet is there. Well, not
And the
anymore, but there
moons.
were 14 different versions of our planet all overlaid on top of each other in like a weird timey-wimey situation.
Yeah.
And apparently the moon. Yeah, and I guess the moon as well.
Well, but they all have their own moon
Yes.
because Golbez killed his moon man.
right.
He killed his moon man.
Yes, and I'm sure
He's coming back.
One of those reflections had to have destroyed their moon, like an episode of Dragon Ball must have happened.
Yeah,
Must
that's
have freaking
natural. That's a natural thing to do.
happened. Yeah.
Oh, and I guess that would mean that in all the moons, there's 1/14th of a zodiac, I guess is what that means.
That's why the whole Golbez
Yes.
thing
Right.
was able to happen, is because he used his Zodiac piece.
Or what was left of it? His zodiac void. It's
I've
just
never
a-
thought about any of these things till now. And
Well-
now you've got me.
yeah.
This is what happens when they're like,
I know,
it's a place on top of another place that isn't really in your reality. You're like,
I get
What
that.
do you
That's
mean?
a sci-fi trope. I'm totally down with that. That absolutely makes perfect sense to me. But I hadn't thought about looking up. I'm going to have to go to the 13th now and have a look around. And then that's ours. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like the biggest problem is I keep thinking back to the raid series of Crystal Tower and that last raid, and I feel like there's stars in the sky, but there's also so much other goop going on that I could be mistaken. Like there's also orbs, which I guess are just platforms where monsters hang out, because one of those orbs is where you end up going fight the Cloud of Darkness in the end. So like, I don't know, dude.
Oh, yeah, and then you escape through an orb at the end, but that's just a portal represented by an orb.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember if those orbs, if there are stars in the background, or if I'm just remembering a bunch of orbs. Like, I do not remember.
I mean, I'm sure you could explain the stars somehow, but yeah, now I'm just like, can we just have like one patch where we try to space travel on our reflection just so we see what happens? Like, do we
That's
just
what I
go
was
in a
thinking.
loop?
So on the 13th, could they see like the Ragnarok taking off?
No.
When we went after Meteon?
Maybe
Because
they
if
could have,
that-
but we shot away at light speed before we left the atmosphere.
But those other species that exist in the universe that Meteon visited, they are not, they're identical. They're not other versions that are like looked at from the 13th and the 9th, and et cetera, right? That's just one.
No, like
that's
the
my
Omicrons in our
understanding.
universe are the Omicrons on the 13th. It's
Gotcha.
literally, that's it. Our planet is 14 versions, but everything else is the same. The real question is what happens if you leave the 13th and go? Not a clue.
Right, would you travel
we should
into
find
their
out.
space?
Because Chad's saying that, like, to my question, that there's just the source is the only place dragons have ever shown up on. There's no dragons on the 1st, there's no dragons on the 13th, and so if that's the case, it sounds right. Because I'm like, I don't think we've run into dragons.
Which I was kind of disappointed by. I thought the whole setup they were doing in Omega and then with Meteon was that she explored dead worlds and barren worlds and a world bathed in light and all these sort of things, but those were just planets. Those were not her going through space and eventually ending up at other reflections that are places in space.
No, they're just other life in the universe.
Just
That's
places
all
that
she
got
was
rocked by
talking
their
about.
own version.
Yeah.
But that makes sense to me because we've already established that with Omega and the origin of dragons. And
Absolutely. I just thought it was sick. I just thought it was cool.
I still think it's pretty sick. I still think making a depressed bird to go and visit a bunch of worlds is pretty sick.
I feel like we have the potential to get some answers on things, because if you remember the first, like 7 point, either it was either 7.0 or 7.1, where we got those two. Well, we got the one dungeon that was like, hey man, for some reason we have good old Scree here. We have a Ronkin serpent in our world. And then the other dungeon was like a mix of the 9th and the 13th, kind of. I know people are like, no, Jesse, it's not, but it really felt like it.
Which one?
And the one where it's like the carnival, but it's also
yes.
demons. And so it had a little bit of like the 9th, but then like had the creatures from the 13th there. And so I have there's a lot of, okay, they were talking about realms collapsing in on each other and the different things like, like mixing together when you travel between. So I hope we get more of that so we can explain a little bit more how all this works, or at least, I don't know, crumble everything together so it's a little less complicated.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
probably
fine
going to
with
get worse because
Yes,
Halmaruk can open her
probably.
own fissures. That's another way we're moving stuff between the reflections. Is Halmaruk can just, she does it in the cutscene. She's like, oh, we could just open a fissure because that's why. I don't know if we want to get there yet, but that's why a certain special little boy wants to say very, very small. It's because he can squeeze through these fissures. But she just like goes, oh, well, we can just do this. And she just opens one willy-nilly. And she's like, yeah, we can do it this way as well. Along with the like 5 or 6 other ways we can now move stuff between reflections, but not quite the way we want to still. We've just got 8 million different ways of doing it. So I assume that's what Jesse's saying is probably where we're going, is it's going to start bleeding together in some weird way.
And I'd be fine with that. I feel like that's a solid, the whole like cryptic Halmarit stuff at the end, I feel is like, that's a solid take of, oh, by doing X, Y, and Z, now all these things are going to start blending together, and not in like a cool way where we collapse a reality and it rejoins instantly. It's more of a, oh, this is going to stuff's going to get weird. And I'm fine with weird. I, in fact, love weird. So I'd be happy with that if, like, they talk about, oh, there's a few places left on the main map that we haven't visited. Or, like, there's the stuff in Othar's North or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, it's just snow and islands. I'd be fine if, like, oh, another thing bled in. Oh, another weird thing bled. So it isn't just the same, oh, we're going to the north now and everything's frozen. I'd be fine if it was like, okay, yeah, no, this part of, the 4th or whatever the hell we still have to go look at has sort of morphed into our reality. Like, that could be fun.
So, like, Yulmore just shows up, right? It's like, what the hell is a city here? Like, the entire of Yulmore from Shadowbringers is there now. And you're like, and also destroys what was also, where was Yulmore based? It wasn't Gridania, was it?
Limsa-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it, like, suddenly it just and actually like comes together, and then we could have something really fun with that happening, is that kind of situation. And all those people are like, what the hell? Let's get together and eat some people.
I think like it could be really cool.
I
to
think
do
they
some
stopped that
wacky
practice,
stuff.
Mike. I think they stopped the practice of eating people.
No, look, if nobody's eating each other, what are we doing?
Well, no, that's what the Malalas did to the Talls.
That's what I'm saying, but we didn't get to watch. And I like it when I can watch the cannibalism take place.
There's going to be the next expansion. They're going to be like, by the way, the rating is going up to M. And you're going to hear Mike cheering from the crowd because he knows what that means. It means we're going to get a full-on cannibalism scene as we watch FFs eat people.
Yeah, you're almost a bit big. I'd like a giant Talos to show up that we built. Do you remember that massive Talos robot that we built?
Yeah.
He just rocks up. He's like, hey, I'm here.
I just thought of the meanest thing in the world. Like, for a brief moment when you're talking about changes, I was like, oh, they keep talking about how they're making big changes and doing different things. And yeah, the idea of, different parts of the reflections blending in is very cool. But I was like, what if they started doing, like, what if it was a dating sim? You could date one of the characters. And then it hit me in like the darkest part of my mind. I would love it if they allowed us to date the characters, but they changed Graha to his voice actor.
Oh, yes.
That would be the darkest timeline for people. People would be so mad.
It has to be. It's just a reflection, though. You don't get to date the real Graha.
I want it to be way different as well. Like, completely different. Like an Irish guy. Like, it's not even close. And there's an app and everything. And you're like, oh no. it's all my worst nightmares come true. That would be genius. But you're right. Yoshibi's been teasing. There's been some articles over the last sort of 6 months and stuff. It's like, something's coming. And it kind of needs to, like, as much as we're here about that patch, I talked about it recently, is like, they kind of do need to do something. We did a 5-year historical look, could put in Blizzard and CB3 next to each other, and they had the advantage, and then WoW really kicked it into gear. Like, Blizzard went into overdrive, and they've, like, not only turned that boat around, but are doing extraordinary things over there right now, and CB3's kind of lagging behind a little bit now on the innovation side. So if something is coming, it kind of needs to happen soon and good, in a really interesting way. Because we're in a weird scenario now where a lot of things the mobile game does, which has been the rebuilt FF14, is better than the desktop game. And that shouldn't be the case. Like, that really shouldn't be the case. Like, if you just look at Glam over there, it's so much better than what's in the desktop game. So really hoping that they are doing something. Yoshi keeps hinting at something, like, is coming. We're working on things.
Yeah, I mean, they're clearly aware of it. They've mentioned it themselves multiple times. The harsh reality is that it's like decades of technical debt, and I just don't think there's an easy answer to some of the bigger pain points like Glam, which also has gotten, well, interface wise it hasn't gotten better, but freedom of actually being able to glam yourself to the teeth and back got amazing in this patch, lifting all of the restrictions.
Right, and in preparation of that, the combination, the dresser stuff, you can now put the outfits together. If you get a piece of the outfit, you can add it to that outfit. It only takes one slot.
Yeah.
That allowed you to actually have space to do the things that they unleashed.
It's the kind of thing that it's not simple enough to like feel like a win. They're trying, but it's still like it's complicated enough that it still takes a little bit too long to explain. It just be
I think that's unfortunately most of it. Like, they would have to do a really hard reset on stuff that like it's sad, because when Yoshida's like, we got big things coming, there's so many things that I think need to be fixed that he could mean anything. And like it could be as simple as like a change to a glam system or a housing system, which I guess isn't simple at all, but like small as that. It could be a full engine thing. It could be we're going to change some story stuff, or we're going to change the way the flow of dungeons work, or we're going to, like, there's so many things it could be that I think just need a refresh. I have no clue what he actually means.
What are kind of the WoW updates as someone from the outside now? I'm aware of no more add-ons. Like, that's the big one that's reaching my eyeballs.
That's not true.
That's not the way.
But
that's not what it is.
Fewer add-ons.
Okay. I'm not a part of it.
No combat computational add-ons.
I have no fear in being wrong about this, but I realize I was just wrong. So what is actually the word?
It's not that you're wrong. I mean, technically you're wrong. You sounded like a clickbait headline, right?
Oh, okay. It doesn't affect me if I'm wrong, because it's not a thing I'm going to interact with.
Yeah. No, it's just something that anyone in the WoW space that's been trying to explain this to people quickly has been having to contend with people saying no more add-ons. It's not that there's no more add-ons. It's that they have really pulled back in what they allow an API to hook into for combat add-ons.
Okay. So is that what we're talking about?
You don't have no, not really. So when the WoW Exodus happened, right? This is what we looked into. Like 5 years ago, Shadowlands comes out. It's bad, like universally hated. And also FF14 is hitting like the best point it could possibly do, right? Shadowbringers into Endwalker. So people who'd never touched it go over there, they start Realm Reborn, they're like, I don't really get it. And then by the time they get through Heaven's Ward, they're like, oh, and it just gets better and better and better from there. So it's absolutely peak. But then they cut that story off, which is, a big move for a game that is primarily known for its story. That's why we're here today. So they like chop that off and start fresh with Dawn Trail. WoW is like, oh, we did actually lose. Blizzard is like, we lost badly, and people are finding the grass is greener. Evergreen content was always in FF14. In WoW, they just like killed all their own content, every expansion. They're like, hey, new expansion. Everything else before it is a waste of time. World's empty, blah, blah, blah. So they changed, and now they have something like 5 versions of the game running simultaneously. And it's actually, they're dealing with a new problem now, which is the new expansions coming in March. the hype isn't really there. It's very odd. They had their pre-patch this week, and when I checked my friends list, only 3 out of my really robust friends list were even playing the midnight pre-patch. Everybody else was playing a different version of WoW. They were either in Legion, or they were playing classic WoW, or they were getting ready for the Burning Crusades coming out again. And what Blizzard's created now, yes, the add-on thing is happening in retail, which is much more like FF14. So visually, it kind of looks the same. All the visual add-ons will work if people want to remake them. Some add-on developers are just not, because you did have to rebuild the functionality of the entire add-on package. But like WeCorers that work out where to stand, that's gone. Right, so if you ever raided in WoW and you're used to be like, hey, go to this marker because you have this debuff, and not having to think about it, that's gone. All that stuff is gone now. But what they've done is create an ecosystem where if you are into WoW, I'm not currently playing, so I'm not fanboying here, I'm just explaining what they've done, is I don't like retail WoW, but I can go and play Classic, I can go play the Burning Crusade, I can go and play Legion, and they all now intermingle, especially with housing. So if you're playing Legion, you're getting housing items for retail. You're not wasting your time in one or the other. And you're certainly never in World of Warcraft right now waiting for the next patch, unless you are, I only play this version. Then maybe you're waiting. But now they have something like every 4 weeks. So they turned it around from, we are just the current version of the game, and all our old content is dead, to you can basically live in that washing machine of World of Warcraft and go around. Like my brother is diehard WoW. I think he's playing WoW Classic now for like the 7th time. And every time they relaunch it, he just goes through it again and has the best time ever. Just going round and round. And they've just announced today there's 2 new roadmaps for that. So they have all this content coming and nobody's waiting anymore. That's what they've changed, right? In the grand scheme of things. So Squeenix, CB3, we're still kind of just waiting for the next patch, which is now something they've remedied over there, while also releasing housing for retail, which has been overwhelmingly popular, and also now doing something else with Classic. And now there's another team that's making something for the next remix. You get what I'm saying? So there's all these different things to look forward to every month.
Yeah, so when you want to play World of Warcraft, you get to play it because there's always something new, whereas...
Always something. I don't think they go more than like 5 weeks right now, if you're a WoW player, without something kind of big happening.
There's something interesting about all this, and that I think it also comes down to philosophies, and that WoW, Blizzard, Activision, all of them are like, the objective is to keep our players online playing games. Doesn't matter which one, as long as they're on our stuff playing it. And, you know, Creative Business Unit 3, or whatever we call them now, and Squeenix, but mostly I think Yoshida is like, yeah, go play other things when we don't have stuff. And I think that's a huge difference in the way they see it. And it, I think, probably affects, you know, we as players want to be in the world as much as humanly possible. Mm-hmm. But as designers and devs and producers and directors, they're like, no, go do something else. We'll, you know, this is a casual situation, which, you know, it's 2 different things. And I think it's noticeable when all you want to do is play 14 and there's just nothing at the moment to do. And you either have to get on the same wavelength, or, you know, you're just going to be upset that there's nothing to do at the moment. But that's kind of where they're at. And so I feel like in an MMO space, that's a detriment. But I also think, I don't know that Yoshida and team sees it as an MMO.
Sure.
I'm
the
not
way
sure
they talk
either.
about it, they talk about it like single player with online stuff.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. It's the biggest complaint I heard over the end of Endwalker and through Dawn Trail from certainly the day-to-day FF14 players, is their biggest problem was there was, one, nothing much to do, because Beast Tribes can be done in a few weeks. Deep Dungeon took a while. And the problem was their friends were doing other things. And MMOs live and thrive on you logging in, generally, and your friends are there. And you're just looking for something you do together. But you love the game. There's nothing wrong with the game. I love it, but there's just nothing to do. And my friends are now playing something else, right? And I always bring up things like Path of Exiles joining a new season. So we're all over there. Yeah. And we're doing this. And then, you know, Remix comes out in WoW. I'm going over there. I want to be playing FF14 a lot. And I found that joy now with Savage is like, oh, I have a reason to do my tomestones every week. I have a reason to do X, Y, and Z. I need that motivation.
I think 14 feels amazing.
That's been the issue.
When you're rating, I think 14 feels really good. And there's plenty of other things to do. It just may not be to your taste.
That's that's huge because like that's the reason why I love 14 is everything is to my taste, and the idea of, oh, I as a person whose job is to play games need time to play other games. So being able to log in, do some stuff, have some fun in 14 and dip is great for me. It's why I love it so much. And it's why I'm off the WoW train, because that literally feels like in order to be in it, I have to be in it. And it's just, I absolutely can't do that anymore, because when I played WoW, that's all I played.
I can every once in a while,
happening.
and when I can be in it, I friggin' love WoW. But like to Mike's
It's
point,
great. I'm not saying it's not great.
I feel
it's just
really positive toward WoW right now. I have only played Classic in like the last year. I have barely touched retail.
I feel that way about 14, like Jesse says. That's why I didn't touch Occult Crescent. I'm like, this is that level I don't want to go to in any MMO. I don't care what it is. Like once we get into that, like, okay, this is the grind portion where we're going. That's when I dip out. Like, I'm going to play something else, mainly because I don't want to stream me just grinding. But I also know that I'm doing that as a streamer at home. If I'm just playing 14 and you give me a Occult Crescent and I'm coming home after work and I just want to sit down and vibe hard, I would love a Occult Crescent. Because I also tried RuneScape for the first time recently. And for me, it doesn't click. Like, this is not for me. I don't get it. But I 100% get why people love this to death. It's very simple. It's got some interesting stories going on. It's a vibe. It's just a completely chill vibe, and that's what I want to do. Especially if I was watching YouTube, watching stream, watching Netflix.
It's a good second screen.
Perfect, right? Perfect content for that. For me, no. I could switch over and be playing a totally brilliant story or an engaging game in the next 10 minutes that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's a feather in the cap of you mentioning just how damn evergreen Final Fantasy 14 is, because we can talk about how there's plenty of other things to do, but it may just not be to your taste. Or the other thing is you just may not have time right now, but if you have time 6 months from now, there's a good chance you'll still be able to do the thing that you want to do in Final Fantasy 14. It's not true of everything. It's probably a little harder to get like a Savage group together for old Savage content and that kind of a thing. That's something I feel very lucky for having an online community for when I want to go do more obscure old Final Fantasy 14 stuff. But for the most part, you can catch up. Like, you can kind of go do things in 14 when you want to, and that's very nice.
Well, did you do the tutoring thing recently, any of you guys?
The what?
Did you tutor a group of newcomers? It was a promotion that says FF14 did. I did it like 2 months ago. I got a group of never played FF14 streamers to take on a journey over like 4 weeks.
Oh, cool.
No.
That's cool.
It was the highlight of what you were talking about, because it was from Japan, so it had a lot of like interesting is the word I'll use, requirements. But I argued, like, just let me do what I want to do, because I don't want to do the usual. We're not doing the MSQ. That was the first thing I said. I'm not sitting here as I wait for 4 people to do the MSQ. Like, that's crazy. It's miserable. That's not a fun experience. Like, but that's when the doors open and you're like, there's so much to do. Like, we did a whole day of treasure maps and they loved it. We did a gamba left and right, threw them a party. We did some trials, like we showed them some of the cooler raids. We went to the Gold Saucer, spent like a couple of hours there, like just playing in the world and having fun. And it was so easy to do, because you're right. It didn't matter that this content came out in A Realm Reborn. And if I think about WoW, let's say it was just retail, right? Like, what are we going to do? Do the same experience in World of Warcraft. We're doing dungeons, battlegrounds, Mythic Plus, which is dungeons again, and maybe some normal raiding. And I'm like, that's kind of it. I can't take you to this cool thing that happened in the Burning Crusade. I can't really take you to this cool thing that happened in Legion. I can't do that. I would literally have to have them install different clients in order to be able to do the same experience. Where in 14, it was like, oh, we could do all sorts. And one of them couldn't get the expansion installed somehow. I don't know what went wrong. And like many technical advisors tried to figure it out. But we just adjusted to the previous expansion. I wanted to do like Shadowbringers treasure maps, and I wanted to do Eden with them, but they couldn't do it. It's like, no problem. We'll go and do Omega.
Very strange.
It's fine.
Huh.
Yeah, it was one of those things, but it didn't matter. Do you get what I'm saying? It just didn't
Yeah.
matter. So if we had the same thing in WoW where they couldn't install the War Within, the current expansion, you can't just do the same thing in Dragonflight. It doesn't work, right? You can't just go backwards and do it.
not really,
and it was
no.
such a high point of like, can you fill, I think it was like 8 hours of newbies in FF14 without doing the MSQ? I'm like, easy game. Like, actually ran out of time. We just had like 2 hours at the Kugani Tower because they didn't want to stop. They were like, I'm so close, you know, to getting up there, doing the jumping puzzle. And then we found out they were doing it offline, like to master it. Like,
That's yeah.
back in.
That's I love that. We were just talking about how 14 feels like a single player game at times, but it like when you take a little extra effort to make it social, it's a really fun social experience as well. Just overall, the whole conversation, you, Mike, and Jesse have been kind of bouncing back and forth. I mean, you're just making me think of like, I don't know. I feel like in the past year, particularly, I don't know if any of us really were making content about it, but I know content creators were making. There's a discussion around the proverbial water cooler about how just kind of it feels like MMO as a genre is really on the back foot. It's struggling. It's not it's clearly not at its high point. Which, if we're going by raw numbers, you can very obviously agree with that and prove that. But I don't know. I really like the point we're at between World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14, because I do feel like they're just kind of consistently pushing each other. Like it feels like actual competition. It doesn't feel like the days when WoW was at its peak, and we were throwing around that term WoW killer every time a new MMO came out. And it felt like almost no one really kind of challenged the throne. But now it ended up being a game that was really seasoned. Like, you know, it ended up being Final Fantasy 14, but it wasn't when it was new. It was 10 years into its arc. It's when Shadowbringers came out. That's when it like was really popped off and grabbed the attention of the greater MMO playing public, and not just folks that were maybe already in Realm Reborn or maybe Final Fantasy fans. So the point I'm trying to make is everything you're saying about WoW, Mike, I'm like, maybe they should just take some lessons from Final Fantasy 14, and everything you're saying about how Final Fantasy 14 right now kind of feels like it needs a shake up, maybe a bit of a wake up, maybe needs to
100%.
fight a little bit harder. No, didn't mean to, but I appreciate the.
I've got 2 requests.
But to finish my point is like I know there's a million different versions of WoW, but I still think in retail they should try and evergreenify just a little bit more
Apparently they are.
of their old stuff. And I think 14 should find a way to capitalize on replaying the main game, because people already do it. The amount of folks that I talk to, they're like, oh yeah, I'm on my like 5th playthrough of the MSQ right now. I friggin' love this thing. I'm back in Stormblood. I forgot how much I love this shit. It's amazing. Like, I'm not saying they need to force it, but I like it when there's a jumping on point and a call to action to go replay a game. It's for me, it's really fun in World of Warcraft, particularly in Classic. Like, then they're spinning up new BC servers soon. Like, I think that's a good time, and I think it'd be fun even if like a few of my friends decided to jump into like I don't know if you would seasonify it, but whatever. If they're just like, yeah, we got fresh new MSQ servers. Come join us for a Realm Reborn, and it's going to be a Realm Reborn only for like 4 months, and then we're going to release Heaven's Ward. I think that would be fun to jump on, and I would have a good time with it.
I'd love to see them. I think they stumbled on something with DSR in alternative timeline stuff, just where they use existing character models, because it's got to be done in a relatively cheap way, right? You're not making a new game. So existing assets that already exist, and try and do some branching paths. You know, like Variant Dungeons are kind of looking at this branching idea. What if Hoshfon didn't do something? I'm still concerned about spoilers in that game. What if that didn't happen? You know, what's the alternative play that actually happens there? Even if it's like a seasonal side story and it's nothing that affects the main canon or anything like that, just something to explore. And you're right, you set it in a Realm Reborn or you set it here and there. And it's like, oh, we're going to rework bits and pieces of this in the MSQ fashion that you like, and have some alternatives and some slightly twisted dungeons, slightly twisted gameplay that go along with it. I'd be really interested in seeing how that could work for 14 because it's already evergreen. It was like a huge positive is that they had evergreen content and they still do. And then you saw Blizzard go, crap, we've ruined all our stuff. And so they just re-released all their stuff, which then added more stuff. So now what is the response that's going to come from there? And the point is about the competition you said is it's not fanboying either way. It's we're winning as customers of both these games because they're driving each other forwards. Like you've got these two battling it out for this MMO audience and therefore they have to get better. So I'm all for creativity. What is the next big move? Because you're right, the MMO genre is a little weak now compared to what it was, but we haven't had a shakeup in a really long time. Like nothing's come on that's like, this is the new level. Everybody's come up with a gimmick, there's weather. You kind of control this area of the map, but it's the same sort of thing. We see New Worlds going. What did they shake up? Really? Not much. Riots is doing God knows whatever Riots is doing. And all the things we heard from there is they were playing it super safe because they needed to get return on investment. That we haven't had anything new in a long time in the MMO world. So these two are the only ones that maybe could do it. Besides Star
It just takes a long time. It takes a really long time. If you look at any of the dev cycles for MMOs, it just takes a long time for anyone to realize they need to change. Like if you go back, you can look at Shadowbringers as like that comes out, it's awesome. Everyone universally loves it. And they're riding off of that for Endwalker and into Dawntrail. Like 100%. Not much actually changes in the game. Like Stormblood, they're like, all right, we need to change some things going into Shadowbringers. And they did. And then they ride on that for a while. And I think that's the same thing with WoW had Legion, which popped off. And especially after going to Warlords and all this, people had a lot of mixed views. Legion pops off. It's great. And then they ride on that for 2 expansions. Until finally we're in Shadowlands and everyone's like, what the shit is this? Same vibe, I think, with Dawntrail. People were like, what? And all right, time to switch it up again. The question is, how do we switch it? But it just takes time. And if the next expansion lands in a good way, I promise you the next 2 expansions are going to be roughly the same.
Yep.
And it just takes time.
5 years
and that
has been
sucks.
a massive difference.
Yeah. It'll take a bit for change to happen, but it does happen. But you just have to accept that in the MMO space, because when one's out, they're already working on the next one. So they're going based off the feedback for that one. And so, it is what it is.
I think it's good. I'd like there's hints that something's coming. And based on this patch, which is obviously why we're here, they're doing some really good stuff. Like if we get patches like this going forward, like Dawntrail will be, he'll be remembered as I think, which is fair. Like Stormblood was for me. It's like,
I keep comparing it to Stormblood. It reminds me of it a lot. I think I like Stormblood a little more than it sounds like you do, but
I like the post MSQ. I think those are 2 distinctly different games. Like the base Stormblood MSQ, like on launch, I think is really, really poor. Didn't enjoy it at all. And I think that my gut feeling is, and I haven't spoke to Yoshida about it or anything, is that was the feedback they got. And then the post MSQ is dramatically different. Like characters change, Eater and all that stuff is very, very quickly changed in a different direction. And characters had a lot more care and thought gone into them. We didn't have Estinian Batmaning out the sky randomly, like some MacGuffin whenever they needed him.
That was my favorite part of the
it was so stupid. Oh, so dumb. I
love Justinian just
you
being
wrote
Batman.
yourself into a corner. Good job. It's which they did. Like, you remember Urianger just shows up in the desert one day with a MacGuffin? I think that was in Stormblood? No, was it in Endwalker? It might have been.
Wasn't it?
He does do that
Garlemald?
sometimes.
I think it's in Garlemald. And you're just completely written into a corner, so they just had Urianger show up for no reason with a MacGuffin, which fixes the next part of the story. I'm like, okay, sure.
I really think that Final Fantasy XIV's the way it suffers the most in storytelling is when they try to do a story over the course of 0.0 through 0.3 as one story, which is what they were doing here. And they did that in Stormblood, and they did, like, I feel like when it really pops off, like even A Realm Reborn, we don't really get an ending until 5.5, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, I'm excited about what's to come now. And I think that doing it like they did in Endwalker, doing it like they did with Shadowbringers, like where it's period, this thing ends here. And yeah, there's a little like, ooh, what's going to happen next? But they gave us a full story. And I think with this one, they didn't really. We were still figuring out what the hell was going on, moving into. And it's when they have those, you have to wait for the thing. I don't like that. I never have. I didn't like it in WoW. Like, give me the full story and then give me a little bit of at the end to keep me hanging on for what's to come. But the minute there's, you know, you have a lingering thing that you didn't really, you know, we didn't really, the story of Dawn Trail was not really about Sphene. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that whole bit at the end was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. But it wasn't like that's, at that point, I was like, let's get back to the damn thing. What's going on? What's that about? And let's talk about the Lalas. And there's a bunch of stuff. Like, what's Kryle's story? And they kind of crammed everything at the end. Like, there's just a way to do it. And I feel like if we can get a little more focused on story stuff and not have things linger. Again, I'm still obsessed over the fact that the Yoctel tribe situation was resolved in the Beast Tribe crafting quests.
Yeah, Dead Baby Dungeon.
What do you mean?
That whole history is brought up there.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Wasn't it you, though, Jesse, when you spoke to Yoshida at the media tour? And this is a question to everybody here, I guess, is that he said the Dawn Trail base was kind of them going to throw a ton of stuff at the wall, see what people responded to positively and negatively, and then that was going to somewhat dictate and guide where we were going to go in the future, which kind of fits what's happened. There was a lot of stuff in base Dawn Trail that people were like, I'm not digging this, like, it's not working. Like, I know everyone points to Wicklamat, but there was various things that just didn't click, and then we haven't seen them pretty much at all since that point. And do you feel that's why the story threads kind of got left behind? Is like, people weren't interested in this, so we're not wrapping it up.
I don't think anything got left behind. I think they just wrapped up stuff, because there was a lot of it that was, you know, some characters were just in the plot because it felt like they were trying to be in the plot. It's like, you have no purpose here. And the thing that's interesting is that poor Rip King. There's one of the things I keep thinking about is during that media tour, he said to everyone, he's like, I want you really to think about what Ascians are left. And he's like, remember all the different names of the Ascians? And we were all like, huh. And then when you play 7.0, there's not a damn thing about an Ascian anywhere. So to me, that means where we're at now was the plan the entire time. They might have changed and tweaked here and there, but I feel like this is the trajectory we've been on. Any real changes we'll see in 8.0. But like, I feel like they were hinting at this. The minute an Ascian showed up at the end of 7.3, I was like, all right, they're doing what they talked about literally 2 years ago. So I have a feeling that this is all, they knew what they were doing. But again, that goes back to the fact that they weren't telling a story in a 0.0. They were doing a long story, which is, I'm just not a fan of that type of storytelling in MMOs anymore. I want it like, give me a thing.
I thought they were heading back more toward kind of a fairly clean closing of the book at the end of the 0.0 patch, and then, you know, back to like a 0.1 through 0.3 arc. But now it just really doesn't feel like it to me. Even the beginning of this patch felt like it was like a sending off of Dawn Trail. Like the scene with Wicklamat on the dock and all that really felt like we were saying goodbye to Tulio Lal. I'm like, I almost feel like in the older ways of things that would have happened either at the end of the 0.3 patch or save it.
Yes.
Or save it for the credits at the end of the whole damn expansion. It just seemed a little.
Were you happy about it though?
I thought it was
because I felt happy.
I thought it was a really sweet scene.
That's your target. That was the guy you had it out for. Was Aaronville?
Oh, can't stand him just showing up with
getting
his
out of there.
Look at the key ring.
I definitely struggled with most of the Tuliolan stuff for sure.
Get the key. His mother's there.
Yeah.
I know, dude. I get it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I feel like I was incepted. I'm like, you're making me feel things. I'm being emotionally manipulated to feel wistful toward all of the Tuliyolan stuff, which was easily my least favorite part of Dawn Trail.
Well, that was weird because we did a lot of like goodbye Charlean stuff at the beginning of Dawn Trail. So it was weird that we were saying goodbye here. Like, we're not going to have time to say goodbye later. Like, why would we say goodbye now? Because we're moving permanently into Solution 9 as our main hub?
Essentially, yeah.
But
even Solution 9, like, was barely a focus. It was really just our base of operations for setting off in this patch and then returning.
Because the Chekhov's gun of the Garlean embassy in Stormblood drove me insane. Absolutely nuts. Like, there's an embassy in the middle of your giant city, and there's never going to be an explosion, a fight, or anything with it. And I just...
you ever been to an embassy? They're pretty boring.
It kept me, like, really interested in Kugane at all times. Like, I was really like, something's going to happen there someday. And I have no relationship with Tuliolal in that way. I can't think of any reason outside of loving doing my Kona accent to go back there.
I love this city visually. This patch is interesting to me because it really felt like it sent off Dawn Trail, but then the bulk of it, the bulk story of this, which is like Kryl exploring her roots and meeting her people, like literally finding her people. We use that phrase all the time, and we mean it, kind of metaphorically. But Kryl quite literally finds her people. That all felt very Dawn Trail to me, because until we get to Solution 9, the entire like base experience of the Dawn Trail MSQ is learning about the various peoples and cultures that are somehow connected to the to Tuliyola. We talked about this today, so I want to make this really, really short, but it didn't really work for me because like all conflict was over and it felt like we were just getting a museum tour being told about the interesting things that happened, but it's not interesting anymore. Whereas I feel they did the same damn thing here in 7.4. Kryl is there learning about her own history, learning about the culture of the Malala that are still on the 9th, but it felt super compelling to me, and it felt like there was still interesting things going on because the city was under threat. There was a mystery as to how they even survived in the first place, because this is a reflection that up until this point we had assumed was just lost to calamity. So I don't know. I've been thinking about it the whole time. Like, it just kind of did what I think 0.0 Dawn Trail was trying to do, but I think in a significantly more effective way.
We had such an emotional hook in this one because it was a character we care about. Like if you played Stormblood and Kryl's getting tortured, you're like, bro, that's not cool. And you care about her kind of from there. And we were promised big Kryl action in Dawn Trail multiple times, and it was always flaccid. Okay, cool. But this one actually mattered. I'd loved, all the stuff that was happening in Treno was really good, but actually the emotional hook was, where does Kryl belong? And they also kind of hinted that maybe she was leaving and she was going to stay in Treno with her people. Where does she go? Like, that was the underlying B thread that was happening throughout that thing. And I was way more interested in that. I was like, okay, because you could tell if she was written like a Final Fantasy XIV story where it's like, I see her point. It's not a Marvel villain, right? It was like, I'm bad. I'm the bad version of you. Ha ha ha. It wasn't that basic. It was more a case of, I totally get where she's coming from and I'd understand if they're leaving her here and they're sunsetting her over here. But you don't want that to happen. And the back and forth's going, and you got the payoff at the end with Auntie. She's like, this is where you belong. Like, all that stuff was significantly more interesting to me than the Doom Train's coming. Although the Doom Train fight is fantastic.
Doom Train fight is great.
Oh, brilliant. Like, absolutely just fantastic artists just running wild during that fight, having a blast. But that whole storyline that made that patch for me was the Kryl storyline of, is she leaving, is she not? And you believed it, because they don't kill these characters, right? But they will Osetsu them, and they'll send them on their merry way for a while, and maybe they'll come back later. And I was like, this could happen. And I felt that going through it. It's like, okay, maybe they will bench Kryl for a while, and Sven's the replacement. right? Because I could see Sphene hanging around. I don't think she will, but I could see her being a more prominent member, especially if they maybe are switching up voice actors and things like that. Not saying they're doing that with Kryl, but you can see them making preparations for that is a possibility. There's no, like, I never have fear anymore. We complained about this on this roundtable before. It's like they're never going to kill certain characters, even if it's warranted, right? I'm not looking for Game of Thrones death, but like it's warranted sometimes. But they will sunset them for a while. You know, we haven't seen Ariane now forever. I was like, oh, maybe they are doing this with Kryl, and this is a much more interesting story that's happened with Kryl than we've been promised, I think, in the past. Like, even being a parents didn't... Who third wheeled us there? Us, right? We third wheeled their entire parents meeting, sat there with ice cream.
We were out there with Graha as well.
Yeah, it was all kind of goofy and awkward, which is what they were going for, but I wanted a payoff, and I just didn't get it. It was like Aaronville and his mother, where we went on the roller coaster with them. I'm like, no, it's wrong that we're here. It's so weird, and it's screwing it up for me. But I felt they did this right. We were there, but we weren't the main character of what, and we shouldn't have been either.
I get a hard time for those scenes not landing for me, so I'm not I'll just simply say I'll agree.
It was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, as a human being, if somebody was like, "Oh, you're reconnecting with your mother, will you come with me on the ride?" I'm like,
no, I'm gonna leave. You weirdo.
Yeah, I'm going right now.
I want to be here.
I'm just gonna sit. Yeah, that whole thing did not land for me at all. I'm with you.
We can get a beer after this, and I'll give you a hug if you need it, but I'm not going to be here for the moment playing out in real time. Like, come on, man.
No.
Yeah. I was dying for Kryl's story. It was a thing I was really looking forward to in Dawn Trail because I enjoy Kryl, and I really like what we got here. But also just in terms of pacing and stakes, I found it really compelling. I quite enjoyed it.
I think the thing about this expansion that is there's a balancing act that isn't balanced well, and that there is an underlying thread, and I think they do this with a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. They just didn't nail it with this one, which is in this expansion, it's this weird key and what it means for us and why it's important. It's like this, it starts with the Golden City, and then it evolves into this key and how it's important to us, and then that thread pushes us forward. But the balancing act is that while we're Golden Citying and keying, we have to learn about Wuklamut. We have to learn about Tuliolol and Taral. We have to learn about, like, Solution 9 and the 9th and all these characters and their motivations. And there's a balancing act because underneath it all is, like, the reason we're doing any of this is because we got this weird new MacGuffin now, and it keeps getting us into trouble, and we're on this path. And I think finally in 7.4, that balance, which is literally, we're there for answers. We're trying to get some damn answers, and they gave us, by the way, not a damn bit of an answer. Mm-hmm. But because the storytelling was so good this time, that didn't matter. And I think in everything else we've gotten so far, the storytelling has been, like, subpar. And so most people's obsession with, like, hey, you gave us nothing, and it wasn't even, like, you didn't even, like, trick us with a great story. You gave us a story, but we got nothing, and now we got a great story, and we still got nothing, but it's fine because the story was great. Because they're like, no, come back in 7.5, and then we definitely will tell you what this key's about. And you're like, all right, I enjoyed myself, so it's fine. But it was this little chunk we just got was fun. We got to experience some, like, Kryl backstory. We got to actually have characters that had emotions and things. That was great. And what we had before, it's kind of all over the place because there's like 15 different threads they're pulling, and none of it is really honed in and focused on. It's kind of whatever. And so the storytelling isn't great. It's there's some good stories, but it's not great compared to where we've been and where we're at now. And so it's incredibly noticeable.
What was your first impression of how Hammerut was presented? Because
I love that they literally spell out immediately, like, hey, because he's like, you have that robe. She's like, why the hell would I wear that robe? That dude kills us for a living. I'm not stupid. I did think it's funny that I'm going to get in a costume, so I'm going to be the tallest person around and the most noticeable. But I guess,
well, he called her out on it. It's like, you're so stupid. Yeah, Calyx is just like, you're so dumb. And she kind of comes across as ditzy and not I mean, there's somebody else in charge above them and all that. I thought she was presented really well in a non-Asian style, but she clearly has the power. But she's not like she's not the overwhelming force, right? She's not Emmet Silk or anything like that.
Yeah, wholly unique among ASEAN characters that we have met, which felt really refreshing.
Well, I think it goes back to the idea that the ASEANs we spend the most time with were the three big bads who literally were just like, my whole existence is, smashing worlds together. But every time we've met one of the other ones, we end up with a Fandaniel or a Metron and they're all a mess. They're all complete, like everyone, unless you were, an OG from back in the day, every other one of them is like a person plucked out of obscurity and then crammed with the memories of like 1,000 generations. And so all of them are a complete mess. So I genuinely love that about them, is that everyone we've met that wasn't one of the big three is like wacky as hell. And she's just another form of wacky. And I'm here for it. I love that about them.
Oh, she was awoken with a bunch of memories of, cultivating and managing funguses.
Yeah, she's some plants and fungus.
Yeah, like it's not like she's like, the knowledge. Like, she just remembers
she's got all the mushrooms in the world, like
thousands
of generations of trying.
Yep.
Trippy mushrooms.
every ASEAN has had their specialty leveraged to varying degrees of it really mattering to the story. Some they've really leaned into it, and others they've just kind of been a goon.
I mean, have you talked to fungus nerds? They get excited. Like they're like, they shouldn't exist.
Well, she didn't mention fungus, Kyle. That's the point I'm making.
But the ones that were goons, like Nabrialis and all of them, they worked directly for the OGs. Like, we never saw them on their own. They were like, yeah, no, I'm just a goon for La Habrea, dude, whatever.
Yeah, by the way, we're talking about goon like Dick Tracy goon, not 21st century goon.
I'm just gooning for La Habrea. Let me tell you, that mask is hot. HAWT, hot. Yeah. And that's because then there were also the guys with the black masks. Like, I'm fine with the random ASEANs being absolutely like, well, we're directionless, omnipotent gods now, and I'm also a little crazy. Guess I'll get weird. Either I'll destroy the universe, or I'll try to get my girlfriend back in the craziest way possible, or I will be really obsessed with plushies and the weather. And frankly, I'm here for it.
It was such a short scene with her, and I was like, oh, she's great. She's like, I'm not going to push the issue. Whatever. She's just like, whatever.
Based on her character introduction alone, and I'm sure we'll meet other Winterers or whatever, I've never been more convinced that our little plush boy is the big bad. Like, he is going at some point, he's going to kill this woman. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced he's going to be like, I'm so tired of working with you all. You're just hot trash. I'll do this myself. I know we're going that direction, and frankly, I am here for it.
Well, I
like the idea of an ASEAN being like, I screwed up.
I didn't understand
though more for his villain's arc than anything else. This patch,
yeah.
So how do you feel that? Because his main goal was ultimate evolution. So how does that now work? Now that he wants to be a doll,
this little cutscene, which is like 2 minutes long, just did so much for his character for me, because every sentence he speaks has no fat on it, and it really demonstrates just how much of a sociopathic nightmare this kid is.
Yes, exactly.
The first thing he does is he looks at them, because we know that the ninth is going to be destroyed, right? That's what they reveal. It's like both of them know the ninth, because the Lalas are like, yay, we're going to get more food, woo! Warrior of Light came and made our place safe, and they're looking at them. And his only thought is, it's a shame they're all going to die, because I was going to give them eternal life. And he's genuinely so laser focused on what he's doing, is that he looks at them all and he's just gutted he didn't get his plan working. And he's just disappointed. But he's like, well, you're all going to die. You didn't need to. Oh, well. And also, go on, Jesse.
No, just to go back to like the hyper specific question there of like, what is it? Like, why would he do this? Is I think the same reason, the justification in, I'm trying to help us all live forever, but I can't do that if I'm dead, and I need to be the one to live forever first. And if you look at the plans they had originally, it was literally take this bubble world and go to different realities and siphon all life from them. I don't think he cares about everyone. I think he's just like, I'm fine with like a few broken eggs. Because my plan is, it's very like a Thanos-y, where he's like, I'm doing the right thing. Y'all just don't see it. And if I have to sacrifice y'all to help me, I'll do that. And you're right. He's, Preach is correct. It's like, he's sociopathic as shit. He's to the point. He's just like, I don't have time to play games because what I'm doing is so very important.
Yeah, there's something so wonderful. A villain who believes, and you believe he believes, he is right. 100%.
And I think his backstory, like his sad backstory, is one that like, that is why we got the information about how messed up his childhood was and like all the things he went through. That like, okay, this is why he's doing it, and we can't stop him because he's been that way forever. This isn't like a character that's gonna be like, you convinced me I'm wrong. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Nope. And I love that. And I love that he is consistently learning when he's defeated by us. He's like, all right, well, that was a terrible plan. What else can I do? And I think it's good villain stuff.
Even the costume spoke a lot, because obviously we're supposed to laugh and think this is really silly, but then his perspective on it is entirely just devoid of all social norms. He does not ever want, what does he says? I never want to inhabit a living body ever again. Not interested. I don't care. This form actually allows me to be hidden. It allows me to observe and learn, like Jesse's saying, because he only wants to learn to enact his plan. And the fact that he might be somewhere that can walk around or be seen or noticed is against the practical function of what he needs. So while we see this goofy little squirrel, to him, he just sees a shroud. I can be invisible. And I'm also small enough now to pass through fissures, which gives me free movement between the reflections to get my plan done.
Yep.
And he doesn't see it how we see it, because he's so laser focused on what he's doing. And he does come across as a villain, I think, that can't be stopped, which is what you need in a villain.
100%,
and more importantly, since I know you guys are playing through Final Fantasy right now, one of the biggest tropes of all Final Fantasy is, and we see this in our little plush boy, he's technically not the boss of the Winterers. He's one of their many goons, and he worked for them on the project with Solution 9 and all that. So, like, Final Fantasy loves its, well, this guy who was one of the many villains, who wasn't the main villain, is tired of the main villains being shit at being a villain and is going to off all of them and take over and do his thing. That is a Final Fantasy trope since, like, forever. For like 30, 40 years, that's a thing. So I feel like that's potentially a thing here, is you could have characters who are like, you know, we're ancients and we're just trying to like stop all this terrible stuff from happening. And, you know, sometimes this warrior like gets in the way, but, you know, screw him. I'm trying to do the right thing here. And I imagine he'd be like, y'all so dumb. Like, I'm tired of you. And because he's over a living body, it's that kind of thing that I think makes him even worse, is he's like, yeah, all right, so I want to live forever, but this whole life thing sucks. I've come up with a new way of existence, and this is what we're going to do now, which is, you know, fun stuff and all around.
Thank me.
We're
That's
all going to become
scary thing.
Five Nights at Freddy's characters. That's what
and
we're
and
do.
he thinks that's better, and he believes it, because his life was so crap. Like, his living body life was so awful. As like, I am he believed he's a villain, and you just get it from this cutscene especially. He's like, he's a villain who believes he's rescuing people. He's doing them as good service by draining their life doing it, but he's convinced of it, which is great.
So I have like no theories. I have nothing but questions in regards to kind of where we go from here. Because like, I see where you're coming from, Preach, where based on what Calix is saying, you're just like, ooh, the 9th is doomed. My question is like, yeah, I think it's doomed, but is it like just the 9th? I'm not sure it's just the 9th.
I think it's everything.
I think everything's doomed.
I think it's about like the bleeding through, and sort of they were talking about essentially, because we saved the day, we've set something else weird in motion. But the problem I have with that is that's also kind of the plot of Endwalker. We saved the day, we defeated Zodiark, and then we set another thing in motion, which, all right, we're doing it again, But I feel like there's something else to it. I just think we don't have the answers or enough information yet. But it does have the vibe of like, we did do that. That did happen. So I don't know.
Well, that's all. That's really every story, right? It's, the path of RPGs is laced with great intentions. Like every single one of them is paved with great intentions.
I mean, you could,
and also like, what's this crystal tower? We should have a look.
You could
but
just
it's locked.
You could do it all without rejoining and just have that be now the thing you're avoiding. Yeah, we got rid of the Asian big plot, but shit's still going to collide and it's going to be cataclysmic.
Why didn't I think of this? Oh my God. First off, you're totally right. I don't know why this just popped in my head. We have been spending the last X number of expansions with Y'shtola, who is a main character in what we're doing, being like, I have to travel to these other worlds. I got to get back to the first. I definitely have to go see this cat boy and smooch him, whatever, right? But what if the fallout of our actions on the source isn't that the source is doomed? What if the revelation is all the remaining reflections will slowly wither away till nothing, and everyone on them will disappear and die? And it's one of those things where Y'shtola as a character is like, I want to go back and save those people. And we have Reen, and we were introduced to Zero, and we have all these characters. And and now with Treno on the 9th, and the idea is we're introduced to all these characters like you can fall in love with, and they will all disappear and die. All the reflections will cease to exist. And it's just the source because we saved the source, cool. But what if Zodiark being bits and all these things was actually holding them together? And now that Zodiark's gone, now that we saved the day and Heidelin's disappeared, all of these other things are going to disappear forever. And we would lose all of that. So it's about fighting to save reflections, a thing that has been a constant source of drama and pain for us.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're going something similar, but we're opening these portals to move ether between them, and I think that's going to lead to, we're going to do something good intentions, as always. You know, we're going to start being able to move people between reflections and visit these places and see loved ones and blah, 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 and just told us all over it, and it's absolutely ungluing the universe. Like, doing that is shattering this, you know, the foundation is being pulled away, and Calix recognizes it's coming, and that might ultimately be the sympathetic arc that he goes with. Is like, you guys were always doing this, and you were going to kill everybody. I can save some of them into endless.
And if we're arcing around, like trying to gather up everybody, Calix has a really real place in that, and just being like, I don't need food. I barely need any ether. I could just show up, record everybody, and leave. I'm saving everyone. There's one request I have, and that is an Indiana Jones style just scene where an Asian shows up and like, I can still rejoin. We just shoot him. Like, just he still super into their original plan, about to go off on it, and just bam, moving on.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
us, the Warrior of Light?
Yes.
Slaps him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, no.
Ooh,
We're
bring
done
back
with
the
that, bro.
bring back the custom animations from the end of 7.3. So if you got a sword, you stab him. If you're a machinist, you shoot him.
Yeah, just like, absolutely not. We're so far past this. I would imagine Calix would actually do it.
I'm waiting for that. Like I freaking love the trope in so much media where you end up on an island and there's a person who's been stuck there and doesn't know the war ended and you have to fight them. Like, I love that shit, and I've been just like bracing for it post Endwalker. Like, we're just gonna come across one Asian that doesn't know it's over.
Yeah, still fighting the good fight. Some remnant of Elidibus or something is just hanging out. Like, I got this, bro. I'm all over it. My plan is coming. It's like 10,000 years in the making.
I am Lahabria's biggest fan.
Yeah, like I was left with a mission. I'm on the mission.
I mean, technically, that was the hanging thread at the end of that raid series. Is Evan, or whatever his name is, Eric Thonius.
Yes.
Our Eric guy straight up like vanished. Like, there's a whole bit there at the end about Ultima and Eric. Like, that could be a thing in the future. I don't know. Like, they really just had a guy go off and be like, it's weird. He just left and we don't know why. And you're like, huh? And we never went back to that. So if there's potential,
when was this?
At the very end of the Pandemonium raids, when you finish everything, the guy who is basically the I guess like the reflection or like the rebirth version of Ericthonius has like a, oh yeah, no, we gave him the Heart of Sabik or whatever they get, and then like he just left.
I'd forgotten all about that because you can see the change. You can when you go down to this. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Because I was really thinking about that. That thread just disappeared. Yeah, you're totally right. I remember finishing that raid series like, wait a minute.
And that seems really important considering they were like, we're going to talk about that in the future. And they gave us a lot of explanations. And they said the Heart of Sabik is connected to Ultima. And like, they were like, hey, here's a thing. So like that could be in the future too, as a guy who doesn't know it's over. Like, there's a lot that they can pull on, which is kind of cool.
Dying for them to just mainline MSQ a bunch of raid characters. I want Gaia in there. Like, bring back Ericthonius. Like,
they don't though, right? Like, as a rule,
they don't.
If you've done the raid, Gaia shows up, but like very briefly.
Yeah. I think we talked about that last time, and I came down on the side of you should show that to everyone, even if they haven't done the raid, so it makes them want to go do the raid. But,
well, they made you do Crystal Tower. At a certain point, so
they did. I mean, they did. Yeah, they did kind of canonize that. I think Ishikawa had been promoted, and they kind of saw the writing on the wall that Crystal Tower and Grahatia were going to be pretty important.
That was very much her baby,
heading into Shadowbringers.
But like, I see in chat people are like, yeah, but they wouldn't because it was a raid and it wouldn't be. All I need to say about that is a variant dungeon had all the run-up lore to Dawn Trail. If you did the Malala Island dungeon, you knew so much more going into Dawn Trail. So like they've done it before.
This left a lot of open doors though. Like Calyx, I hated till this patch. I thought he was just I think in the last time we sat down here, I was like, Calyx is done next patch. Like he's here to bridge the gap. Like this is a monster of the week type villain. And I didn't even think about him throughout the entire patch at all. They showed up and he went Calyx, and then when his dialogue came out, I was like, oh, okay, I'm in. Like this is a much more interesting character than the kid who's been showing up on the screen with his little patch on.
Oh, I like Calyx.
Little nicotine patch. Yeah,
plus I was already wrong.
He's a bit monster of the week for me. That's all.
I thought he was going to die in 7-3. So when he survived 7-3, I'm like, okay, I guess we're stuck with Calyx for a while.
I'm convinced he's going to be like based off of Japanese voice actor alone. The person that got to play him is like a huge voice actor that I don't think they would have hired to do a character of the week. You know what I mean? So based off of that, I'm like,
to save money, they're like, we really want this guy, but we can't afford to have him for like 6 expansions.
I feel like that sounds like a US thing. I think in Japan they're like, no, we're gonna get this person to be a character for a long time. Like it 100% feels that way. So I think this is going to be a character we're going to have for several expansions, or someone who'll be the main big bad of the next one and then get offed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big problem with this whole theory is, does it last a whole 2 expansions?
I don't know. You've touched on it a little bit, Jesse. I can't believe we've had such little info about the key, the new MacGuffin. Like that thing showed up halfway through 0.0 Dawn Trail, and we've had like 2 sentences about it since.
We've had the exact same scene multiple times where someone says, that thing's powerful and dangerous, but I trust you with it. Like it's happened multiple times.
Yep.
And it's like, but we've learned nothing, which is probably the point, because maybe they didn't even know what it was. And that might be what, they were talking about that, Mike was talking about earlier about the idea of, we'll see what you think. And then if they leave it open, they can take us in a direction. And maybe that's why we have no answers, because like they really didn't know exactly where they were, like the power of the key was going to take us. Or I don't know, but they've given us nothing.
No, we haven't had. I think that's something that was brought up to me a while ago. It's like Dawn Trail hasn't added something that's been resolved in any way, shape, or form. Like I can't think of really anything. Maybe like the disease kind of that was going on with the Electro. That's about it. But other than that, nothing.
They've resolved like Solution 9 and they're like the Endless and all that.
That was self-contained within the expansion itself.
Yeah,
I mean, like I'm thinking. like what Jess said, is like Yoshida had we're going back to the Asians. He mentioned it a long time ago. That's where they were going. What I'm looking for is what was brought in during Dawn Trail. Certainly the base MSQ. There are things that they want to carry forward, and I can't really think of much besides Sveen. Maybe like Otis would have been one, but yeah, rip.
I'm with everyone in chat who's shouting Shale. Like I think a lot of us
Why?
want Shale to hang.
What is
'Cause
the
she's
Shale?
Awesome. Shale rules.
Because
You don't want the answer to this. You don't want the answer to how horny everyone is. You don't want this.
for Shale,
Oh, it's elven supremacy these days.
the Nigel Farage of characters is like grey and ghoulish. I don't know. What are we doing?
I mean, she's a bit sepia toned. She's, but
I guess sure.
I just think she's cool.
but,
Shale could read me the phone book. Like, just maybe it's an English voice actor thing. I don't know.
I would prefer tacos to be carried forward more than Shale.
I mean, I agree with you, but however, I went to Japan a few months ago and I went to the Final Fantasy XIV cafe. They do not know what a taco is. The taco there is a sham. It is a nightmare. It is a construction ferried from the deepest depths of hell and labeled a taco. Do not order the taco.
Of all the things you could have got, you went with taco?
No, I got buns because I saw the person next to me with the taco.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
about to say like
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
I saw that. I'm like, that's not a taco. That is closer to a hot dog than it is a taco.
What do you mean? You know what? I don't need
Awful.
answers to that.
It's
I don't
awful,
even.
man.
We don't need to delve into that.
It's awful.
I'm trying to picture it, and it's gross.
Yeah,
I don't want to think about it.
get the buns. You'll have to eat an adorable looking chocobo face, but it tastes good. That's my recommendation.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no questions.
Oh, okay. What about fat cats?
But
Could you eat an adorable looking fat cat?
he's in the corner.
Could
Yeah,
you
can
look
see
him in the eyes and take a bite
I
out of his
performed
face?
surgery on him. He was damaged
wow.
in a flood. I have ripped open his stomach with a knife and restuffed him under surgical lights. So yes, I would gladly partake.
Just
Question:
bite him right in the face.
If you eat a fat cat, does that turn you into one of the like void creatures on the 13th?
You want me to test it now? Because
I'm just saying, based on the lore of fat cat,
Yes.
would that turn you into a monster?
Oh,
think-
damn.
'Cause
that-
I
You'd
feel
certainly be
like
sick.
that
all
would
the void creatures eat other void creatures, so like,
Or do you just get the fat cat's memories or the memories that were inside the fat cat and then become that part of you?
I don't know. If you eat a void scent, do you become a void scent?
I don't know, you're messing with me.
Yeah.
I'm not eating it. That's all I'm saying. Because you're trying to tell. I'm not eating the.
Well,
we
that would
really-
Yeah, no, that I don't think is a real cat. It's probably filled with stuffing, and if you ate it, you would get very sick.
Yeah, he's full of beads.
Which is like being a void scent, dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
we have really.
You know, Annie Fuchsia, you know her. She dived on it.
Yeah.
And she's only tiny, but I genuinely thought it was just going to explode all over the
We have truly explored the depths of the finer lore
Yes.
details.
To
of
this
Final
point,
Fantasy
I
14.
agree that Final Fantasy Dawn Trail, unlike Endwalker post patches, which are very focused on like, you will learn how demons and memories work. I don't feel like I'm leaving this particular expansion saying, I now understand how Electrope works and why that'll be important to my future. Or, and like when it comes to hacking, like I don't, like you just like decrypt it. You know, you press some buttons. To me, it's just a less interesting form of going to the library. Because eventually we'll get that information out of the computer and we're going to learn more. But that's just a machine for giving us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the best thing that can come out of Dawn Trail is very similar to A Realm Reborn, where you didn't really appreciate A Realm Reborn till later expansions when you had stuff fleshed out for you early on, so you knew things and so you were prepared later on. The best they can do with Dawn Trail is have all the threads that are loose or all the information they gave us, then find ways to use that in the future. Because I don't think right now we have any clear path that we can see, but like being able to go back and say, oh, that thing we did actually was important and you thought it wasn't important. Well, it turns out it was. Like, that's the best case scenario for everything in Dawn Trail, in my opinion.
So in 9.2, we're going to be, just picture it with me. We're going to be in some horrific scenario. There's Electrope and the realms are bleeding together and all this kind of stuff. And then it appears to us, is what Jesse's saying, is that the best Tuliol cook-off recipe is going to be like,
there we did it.
Finally. I'm telling you, there's going to be a moment where, because we know how to cook so well and we helped with that thing and we can make a taco, they're going to be like, I can't figure it out. The way these reflections are overlaid on each other. If we could form some sort of shell, and you're gonna be like a taco shell? And they're like, yeah. Oh my God, like a taco shell. And you're like, okay, if we put the babil right in there, and then and be like, but that's the fourth. And then if you put the 11th on top of that, like, I'm telling you, it's gonna, and you're gonna be like, all because we made that taco.
Yeah,
You're gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
There we go.
A flashback to the cooking scene from Dawn Trail.
That's right. It'll go, you can picture it. You got the sound effects. It'll be in black and white. It'll be there with the big pot.
Perfect.
Remember we found the peppers down here.
It'll be sepia tone. Yeah, like a sepia tone image of you, like with a taco. It'd be like, just like a taco.
We're gonna
the universe that way.
Give it crank, pull the coolant bar out of the wall and go, we have no way to dispose of this about 6-inch long coolant bar. How are we gonna do it? And Graha says, I know a way.
Jokes aside, do you remember we did the ritual to grow the reeds? I could see that coming back in some way. We did do that, and I only just remembered that we did the magic ritual, which regrew all the crops. In the
it was like the first, one of the two options for the first quest you could have done in Dawn.
Because you've got to pay attention. Well, because in 5 years' time, it's going to be clutch.
Yeah, that was.
I can't believe we just left Kyle's.
That's how it should have been
set up for a deep throat joke.
That was important.
We just walked away.
No. I saw it, and I chose to walk away. I saw what he was doing, and I was like, I've already brutalized poor Graha enough
Not today,
I'm going to sit this one out.
But I do like it when coolant things go and then pop out. You know, that's
like
just...
the green beads in the rock.
No, more like Mother or the green beans in the rock. Yeah, actually, the green beans in the rock.
Okay, sick. All right, cool.
What did you do to your mother?
The rock. Wait, no, alien.
Okay.
Oh.
I think I hope they use some of the stuff from Dawn Trail, because I go through my mind when we play the MSQ. It's like, what is going to carry forward here? I do have those words in the back of my head. It's like they're finding things that we're into besides Gulul Jar Jar's fucking fan mail. What is going to pay off here in some way? And I haven't found anything besides the main thread of the key. I don't feel that tangibility happening with Dawn Trail. It feels. I hope it's not Fire and Forget, because that feels a wasted opportunity for the big launch of the new story. Right, this is our new journey, our new arc we're going on. That's what it feels like. I don't want that to have been a wasted time. And,
no,
we call it. Our term on our channel is lease jail. Like when a character isn't beloved by everyone, they get put in lease jail, and you just almost never see them again. And that's how I feel.
We have the back.
Well, and there's a very. I feel like it's a very easy movie or video game to imagine extremely bombastic resolve to all this, where we just tour tons of different places. Every zone is a different reflection. Boom, everything's just exploding. But I feel like that's not Final Fantasy 14. We go somewhere, we embed ourselves there, we make a hunt train there for the future of the expansion.
I mean, they've been doing these smaller zones, and the 9th is one of these even more like kind of micro zones, because you can't see other players in it. They did the same thing with a lot of the Endwalker patch content, but I mean, you could do something more fast paced, like you're saying, Kyle, if the new zones of the new expansion are on different reflections instead of all at one location. I mean, you could just be going.
Hell yeah,
you could just be booking.
I would love
that. And you still got load walls, so it's not that hard to do. By the nature of the way the game functions, that's definitely something they could do. But I still am assuming that majority of where we hang out in the next expansion is going to be all in the same place. But I mean, hell, even Dawn Trail, like, yeah, we're in a lot around Tuliol and all that, but then we go to Solution 9, which technically it's a bubble that still exists right there in the landmass, but we're more or less visiting another world within the same leveling of a single expansion. So you could do something that was a little more bombastic and fast paced. But
Are you guys going to FanFest?
Yeah,
It's
actually,
soon, right?
Are you
We're going to start finding out.
Yeah.
Yes,
April.
Yeah, April,
End of April. Yeah.
I just bought my plane tickets, so I'll be there. Are you going? You're not going to the U.S. one, are you, Mike?
I'm invited, but I don't think so.
Okay.
It's a big trip for me to be there for 2 days.
Fair enough.
Like,
Is that-
yeah, because I have other things around the date is the problem, and so it's like flying to California.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's so bad.
Jesse
guess
won't
we'll
dress up
have all
with
the
me.
information. I
Oh, you
will
go to
always
Germany?
dress up with you. How dare you? I will always.
You said no. Don't turn it around now we're in public. When I asked you about it, you're like, no. I'm already
Well,
booked.
one of those is travel to Berlin with a
Well,
costume,
we
and
will
the other one is drive an hour south. So, you know,
Well, fine. If
You can't even bother doing that half the time. Whenever I'm in Anaheim for BlizzCon, you're like, dude, I can't be bothered.
well, fine. If we
Damn.
score tickets to the European one, we'll see how fast we go there. I'd go there very fast. Actually, I'd be there immediately if I got tickets for that.
are you kidding me? I'd go just to go.
I'd go in
That'd
a
be
second.
great.
It'd be a great excuse to
Yeah.
finally see Europe. Yeah.
Technically, we are 6
you've never
hours
been?
closer than Mike would be to Anaheim.
Yes. Have you bought your? This is so in the weeds. The flight was kind of insanely expensive.
But to Europe?
No, to L.A.
Oh.
It wasn't that far off my
from
flight.
Florida is rough.
Yeah, it wasn't that far off my flight to frickin' Japan. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had to do it a few times. To like a couple of the BlizzCons. It sounds very ego-ish, but like if the family was coming, they'd want to go to Disney, and I'd be doing BlizzCon. So we would stop there, and I would just carry on. And that bit was way more expensive than getting from the UK to Florida.
They didn't go to
Just to
California
go to-
Disney?
No.
I mean, I'm a Floridian, so I think Florida Disney is better.
Nobody
but
wants to stay
Yeah.
at California Disney.
Well, they wanted to see Universal and California Universal.
California Universal is tiny. Yeah, it's like barely.
Yeah,
a
it's
thing.
tragic and terrible.
It does have an awesome
so
backlot though, because it's a real backlot.
I've been to it once, and I was like, compared to the other one. I'm not even going. I don't know why I'm judging, because I was like going to BlizzCon and doing that there. But that bit of the journey was so expensive. But I was hoping, because I got to talk to Soken and Koji a month or so ago, and I kept dropping hints to be at Japan. That's the one I would love to see, is if I can worm in to get to the Japan one. That would be amazing.
I
But
would-
unlikely.
I would go to all of them if I could secure the entry.
I didn't do Las Vegas, because that sounded horrendous. And then just
it was
only
worst.
113 degrees Fahrenheit.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
No, that sucked.
absolutely
That
not.
was the worst.
But if you do get to go to Europe, I can host it, because we have lots of friends there.
Oh, sick.
In Berlin, and do a tour and not eat German food. No offense, Germany.
What if I really like?
They won't like it. They
Throwing
won't like
that
that.
in.
So,
What if I love tubed
Yeah, it's-
meats? I really like tubed meats.
do you like just
You
raw
say
meat?
that now. Let me stress to you, the
I
week
like the raw meat.
I spent at Gamescom, I at some point craved a salad in a way I've never had in my life. That's how much meat and bread and beer I was ingesting. Germany made me be like, I just gotta find. I had to go to a grocery store and make my own salad. That's where I was at.
Yeah, it's rough, because we had last Gamescom. A lot of the Americans were there, and they were scared of trying kebabs, which was really
What?
weird. 'Cause they ate McDonald's
What?
every day.
Who
While
are
they
who
were
are you
there.
hanging with?
You shouldn't trust those people.
I don't want to name and shame them.
No, out them
they're
immediately.
Popular content creators, but they asked me, it's like, can we?
They can't be
trust
that
this?
popular.
Dox their palate now.
Pretty popular.
That's-
They're like, I don't trust it.
Americans?
Kebabs? That's like the most American shit possible.
Not the German ones, because they're called Dunas, and that's scary. And it's because it's different. Apparently.
Okay, well, if I end up there, please take me
That
for
sounds
German
right.
food. Please take me for German food.
Oh, I will. We know some great places in Berlin. Really
my
good
my
places.
lord, my last name is Weinzerl, for fuck's sake. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But,
Well,
maybe, but we're gonna find out soon, because it's April, right? That's gonna be
yeah,
before the next patch.
freaking we're what 3 months away at this. January's pretty much over.
Yeah, pretty much over. Done.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, this
up.
year's gonna be wild.
Yeah, which by the way, I need to bother you, Jesse, about things to do in LA because I'm going to be there earlier than I expected. So,
What do
Drive
you mean?
around, rent a car, and just go for a driving tour. It's so
we
fun.
did
What do
that
you
once, and we're thinking
mean?
about doing it again because we did Angeles Crest last time, but we still haven't done PCH. So we were thinking about doing.
I just go on the highway and just sit there all day. It's
Oh
the
yeah,
best.
well I lived in LA for
So
a little bit.
fun.
You
Oh,
can
yeah,
come
it's
to
optional.
my office. It's on that highway. You can drive
Kind
by.
of. Don't listen to his lies.
It's on
Yeah,
the
it's
Pacific
weird.
Coast
I've been to the
Highway. It's
office.
true.
I've been in there. It's,
I mean,
You can come here.
The one is a long road. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily on the pretty part of the one.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. It's behind a bar. It's not.
Oh, sick. Oh no, I would.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
love
by
to.
the way, the bar has night fights now, where the guys dress up in full armor and duel each other in the back.
Okay, wait,
No,
okay.
it rocks, dude.
I'm glad you
It's
explained
awesome.
it. I thought that violence was just so common you gave it a name.
Isn't that a
No,
tavern?
they do like wacky stuff on weekends, and now they have dudes in full armor like battle each other for your entertainment. It's awesome.
Is that medieval times? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's like imagine medieval times but without rules. So it's literally like dudes in armor and they bring their weapons and they battle inside a wood ring like wrestling, but it's knights and they just bludgeon each other.
You're describing
and
gladiators. That's what you're describing.
yes, that's it. That's it. But they're knights. Oh, it's great.
Are you sure you didn't walk into
there
a
a
taping of
gamble going?
Spartacus? Like what?
No, also this place does turtle races too. If you
Oh,
want
that's
a turtle
wholesome.
race.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a bar in the Florida
Yeah.
Keys we go to that does dildo races, like slot cars. You know, it's great.
You know, it's not where I thought we were gonna go,
Nope.
but
No.
we're
But you know,
we're-
that's
we're-
the
I was
MSQ
thinking of
Roundtable
Texas
after
Just
all.
like turtle
Yeah.
races.
Yep. Just like that.
You put it
Just
in a
like it-
slot, they vibrate.
I was about to ask, but I thought better. But then, because there are two options for locomotion.
They're not used.
No, I'm not just saying. I was curious if it was,
It's just a vibrating
You
piece of
don't
plastic at that point.
Yep.
I like that you're like the judge. And you have to authenticate.
Well, there's a lot of
That's
cheating in
stringent
dildo racing. You know,
test.
you need to really keep an eye on it for the sanctity of the sport. So,
Just
Right,
put the motor
right.
up. It goes like a boat.
Yeah.
I need to go, fellas. I have to
yeah,
go see my
we
friend.
need,
Absolutely.
This show needs to go.
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But Germany dildo races. We're doing
wonderful.
it.
Perfect.
Folks, make sure
Bring your own.
Make sure you go subscribe to Preach Gaming. Watch them on Twitch at Preach LFW. Anything else, Preach, before you leave?
No, not at all. Other than best patch so far, and I think that's the TLDR of it. Is really excited for what they're doing. This was easily the best part of Dog Trail for me. Enjoyed every bit of it. Really did. Even Calyx being sassy about Harmroot's outfit. Dressing old, are we? Giving us-
Story is great, but so all of the extraneous stuff is great too. It's a really strong raid tier. The dungeon was fun. The trial's killer. I loved it. Jesse, how about you? Where can everyone find you on the internet?
Literally everywhere Jesse Cox is found. It's that simple, baby.
And if somehow you've gone this long, it's spelled COX.
On some sites.
Oh, we're going back to the
black
fireside
box, yeah,
chats.
exactly.
Okay, all right, wonderful. We're Grinding Gear. You can find us on YouTube under the same name. We're also on Twitch. If you really like what we're doing, check out our Patreon at supportourbromance.com. And thanks to all of our legendary backers. Y'all are very generous. We really appreciate it. Again, that's supportourbromance.com. For our Patreon, we got some perks and stuff over there. We're playing Earthbound this week because of our patrons. So check it out. Well, once again, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Preach, for making time for joining us today. We'll see you after
Always.
we'll see you after the next patch, unless we somehow trick Mike into coming to FanFest. Then we'll see you a little sooner.
Maybe, but other than that, are we doing a roundtable for FanFest? Because we'll have.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
sick.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
should
should.
do that.
Yes,
there'll be
100%.
announcements
I know
and
you
stuff.
guys will all be like together talking about it.
Yeah. And actually, now that I think about it,
Foden.
we did one for BlizzCon forever ago. We should do a BlizzCon one this year because there's a BlizzCon.
Oh, yeah, there is a BlizzCon this year.
Yeah,
That did happen.
that would be fun. I enjoyed that.
We shall
I
regather.
don't think there'll be much WoW stuff there, but who knows?
You never know. You never know.
Now they got
It's
the
not the year
StarCraft
for it.
tabletop.
StarCraft Ghost. StarCraft Ghost. StarCraft Ghost.
Ghost
It's
is
the year.
dead.
It's happening.
Overwatch.
No,
is Ghost,
it's going to
right?
be a new StarCraft.
They're doing their Warhammer thing.
what?
I would like to see StarCraft back. That would be nice.
Yeah,
War-
StarCraft.
Very, very
Hammer
nice.
thing?
Yeah, they have a tabletop for StarCraft now. That's their big thing.
No,
there.
nobody buys. That's not a big. No, it's not a big thing for anyone,
Damn.
including tabletop. No. They've announced a third StarCraft shooter. So, yeah.
Am I not wrong on that? Ghost became Overwatch.
No, Titan.
No, that
became
was
Overwatch.
Titan became
Yeah,
Overwatch.
totally.
Yes.
Ghost
Titan
became nothing.
Yeah,
Ghost
Ghost just
vanished.
didn't come out.
Yeah, Ghost is in the same bundle as Half-Life 3. It is
Oh.
one day.
Don't worry, guys. We're getting High Guard later today.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
What if it turns out to be amazing?
I'm
I
honestly
think it will
rooting
be.
for
I'm
them.
playing it tomorrow.
I'm rooting for
8
them.
million people are playing it just in New Zealand.
They have
That's what I
eaten
saw this morning.
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
shit about like, and I was part of it when they showed it. I'm like, this looks lame, but at this point, they've been so dunked on. I'm like, okay, I hope you kill it. I hope you're like the sleeper hit of 2026.
Overwhelmingly negative reviews. That's what I'm saying.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
I wonder-
Oh,
Oh, well.
Full send.
well, have
Okay,
fun
I'm
with
going.
that stream tomorrow, Mike.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Chat, we're gonna hang around for a few minutes, catch up on your messages.
Think this'll work.
Maybe.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Did we lose Jesse?
Yeah, we're in a call by ourselves now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Hanging up.
It's just us. Dude, that was like slick. Your freaking production. Holy crap.
Thank you. I'll BRB.
Although now everyone can see our groins. Luckily, mine is a black void.
We'll adjust.
Healer adjust. Healer adjust. Highguard got assassinated. Is it out? What? Because it was supposed to be coming out today, right? Where's my Steam? Where's my Steam, chat? Groin adjust. Back to FF5. We're doing FF5 tomorrow. FF5 is tomorrow. Taking a break on Wednesday for Patron's Choice. Back to FF5 Thursday. So 2 FF5 streams this week, everybody. We're streaming a ton. I'm basically living at Kyle's this week. Yeah. I got a hell of a week this week. Came out roughly when the stream started. Okay. All right. I might try it tonight. I want an informed opinion. I don't want, because I'm sure it's going to get dunked on, and I want to have my own damn opinion about this game. How did the birthday go? My birthday was good. It was a good time. It's been a little weird. I definitely I got nothing but old man complaints. So yeah, my birthday was yesterday, and Saturday I woke up with the worst neck pain I think I've ever had, and I am still experiencing it as we speak right now. I don't know what the hell happened, but I definitely threw something out. And yeah, Katie and I were joking all weekend that my body just wanted to remind me that it was my birthday. So yeah, where do these chairs come from? Kyle bought these. I believe they're from IKEA. These are IKEA chairs, right?
Yes.
Yes. Confirmed IKEA chairs. Yeah. Do you have Batman neck? Yes. If I have to look at Kyle, I gotta like bring the shoulders with it. Yeah, it's a wild week here. It's a wild week. I'm gonna be living at Kyle's. I'm gonna be here every day until Friday.
Heck yeah. It's gonna be a good time.
Yep. I do not want to see you Friday unless it's off stream and there's beers in our hands.
Okay.
I'm getting hot.
Yeah, we should
Not a complaint.
do something. We should like play Heroes or something on Friday off stream. Just like
Off
just like-
stream.
just like kick it.
Just yeah.
Yeah, just like kick it like buds.
Oh, do more than a game. That'd
Before
be fun.
we get too far away from the core of the discussion, I was never asked again what my 2 ideas for Final Fantasy 14 are.
I'm so sorry
And I
about
was-
that. I'm so sorry about that. But I hadn't made my point yet.
No, I know.
And then someone started just talking about my point and we never got back to
I
it.
already had bombed the conversation by asking what is going on with WoW, and so there was like an hour in the middle of the
I
show.
didn't think that was a bomb. I think you were legitimately curious. And
Bomb makes it sound negative, but I did throw a grenade that Preach jumped on in order to cover because like my phone is 2 things right now. It's alerts on everyone's quitting WoW because of add-ons
Oh, by the way, can
and the
we?
ability to not have add-ons.
Can you make you make a note that what are we at? 2 hours, 24 minutes is roughly where we should cut the podcast.
Oh yeah, good.
To make the post.
Oh, let me
production.
just give this a little blip here. Bam.
Oh, done. Done. Oh, you don't even
Easy.
Okay, cool.
Easy. Yeah, and then Arkfield is like, or Arc Knight is the only other thing my phone like bothered me all weekend about it. It was like, Enfield's out. Kyle, go to Google Play. Kyle, you gotta play Enfield.
I mean, everyone is playing Enfield. I am feeling the draw. I almost just started playing it over the weekend.
You could,
but I
sometimes just play something.
It'd be my first like proper gacha. I know we tried Uma Musume a little bit, but
yeah.
I also think Uma Musume is kind of unique in that regard. Enfield looks a little more in the wheelhouse of the gacha games for people that like gacha games. So if I was gonna like, I'm gonna play it. It's like the first time I try it, like needs to be on stream. I need a catalog of that experience.
I want VoIP. I want proximity voice chat.
No, that's not what VoIP is.
I want
VoIP is Skype. You want proximity voice chat.
I want proximity voice chat in my MMO. That's what I wanted so badly. When someone falls off an edge, I want to hear them go, whoa.
Dude, proximity VO in an MMO would be sick.
I want to like pass by conversations in the streets and catch fragments of them.
It'd be, yeah. Oh man, that'd be great. And like when we get pairs in Final Fantasy 14 for trials and raids. Imagine if you only heard your pair partner going, dude, a little closer, a little closer.
Because they were physically closer to you.
You're not bothering the other people either.
Yeah.
Like, you know, although it could make a lot of things a lot harder. Like if we're coordinating things from across the arena. Imagine the final phase of
like that is not my problem. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it'll be used to like be mean to people.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
It'll be used for awesome fun things.
I'm saying for the end of M8S, you wouldn't be able to hear anyone because you're all on your own
no
island.
one would use it at that level. Everyone would just be like, let's just be on Discord. And then people were like, it's a waste of dev time. No, like I want to be walking through
What
an
if
MMO
we did
town.
things in video games for fun because video games should be fun?
Like Blue Mage, you know, like they just put it in the game, and that Blue Mage was an experience. When I played Blue Mage,
it blew your mind.
It did, dude. Because
did you blew
it
yourself?
was so non-algorithmic, and that's what made it so amazing. Like playing Blue Mage made no sense. Like nobody on the team thought, I think we're gonna make more money for the game by putting this in there. It was just a thing that clearly someone really cared about and thought would be really fun. And it was.
That's how I feel about a lot of the odds and ends around 14. It's it's painfully unmarketable, but it makes it fun and feel
exactly
and fresh.
Tons of little like special things throughout it.
Yeah.
And then second, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. So I kind of just want MMOs to stop respecting my time. Like I have now learned the magic of going on a quest in Baldur's Gate 3, and I have no freaking idea if it's going to be 10 minutes or 3 hours. And there's something like really magical about that. And just like your anticipation of how long you might be in there or what could even happen or how it's going to go down. It's a long lost intoxication.
Is it lost? Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the biggest games in the world.
But in terms of like MMO or like when we think of like matches for any multiplayer game. Well, that ending was unclimactic. Yeah, but it has to end. And we all just kind of like accept that. And that kind of sucks.
I don't think you can apply that to a MOBA.
MOBAs, it happens all the time.
Not really in HOTS.
Wait, what?
It taking longer than you expect?
No, that's what I'm saying is that's part of that. We've created a world of video game machinery where we all want to be out by 20 and 30 minutes, but there is a intoxication of the, how long could this go?
I mean, I think that's why a lot of people still prefer Magic over Hearthstone.
Yeah. And
a Magic game can go quickly.
It can absolutely,
also can take forever.
Exactly.
And yeah, it just kind of depends. Like, and when I'm playing Magic Online, I want it to go quickly. But when I'm at a store and I end up in one of those insanely long games, That's the only thing I talk about for the next month.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, it's a memory making machine.
Yeah. Did you guys ever try Where Winds Meet? No, we didn't. We never gave that a shot. We should try that.
I thought about it.
I just feel bad. I'm not making fun of you, but I just feel bad for anyone where that's the answer from the streamer. I thought about it. Like, shit, thanks. So helpful.
Yeah. I don't mean to be dismissive, right? But that's on the list of. There's lists of things, as you often say. It's on the real list. I have a, escalating list. Definitely on the real list is Reze Arc. I do really want to see that. I'm like not pulling.
I cannot believe you. Speaking of not knowing how long it was going to take, Kyle's like, let's just do one more day in Blueprints. 90 minutes later.
But that was badass.
It was badass.
And then we actually made some prog.
But then Kyle left my house without watching Reze Arc, which he promised he would stay after the stream and watch Reze Arc. I also low-key was like, get the shit out of here. It's the weekend, dude. Go see your kids. What are you doing? I'm about to go cook myself curry, and it's going to take a while.
The vibe was I'm responsible for dinner. Yes, you won't be leaving until 10 p.m. if you stay.
Yeah. That was it. That was the whole thing. Because I felt like after you left, I'm like, I kind of feel like I gave him the impression that Katie, wanted me done by a certain time. She couldn't have been more chiller about that whole thing. She's like, I got to freaking get you some shit for your birthday anyway. I'm going to go out and shop, and I'm going to wrap your presents. She's like, you and Kyle take all the time you want. But at a certain point, it's like it's 5:30. It's like, dude, go be with your family. So, which is the last year's been tough as a childless man.
For what?
There's enough people I like hanging out with in my life now that all have kids.
Oh yes.
So as one by one you all fell, it wasn't that big of a deal because I had plenty of people I could still hang out with. And now I have one couple in my life that are down for things like movies, concerts, cons.
To be fair, we will one day regenerate.
Oh. Yes.
We'll be older, but we will return.
Yeah. I worry that I'll have changed by then.
Well, so will we. We'll be all fundamentally changed.
I don't know. You've been like this weird your whole life. You have remained remarkably, you do not look like a cardiogram. You are a straight line in terms of your behavior.
That's fair. It's almost like I was losing my whimsy, and I was like, no, kids will, there we go. And having kids brought it back in. That's fair.
Yeah, no, I see someone going, damn. I meant that with all the love I could possibly have behind it. Because I have had friends that fucking change when they have kids. And not for the better. This man's a great dad and a good friend who is a dad. He remains a good friend.
Oh, thank you.
You're there when it counts.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I know I'm never going to go to a concert with you.
I appreciate that. I
get texts from him on Hurricane Day where he's like, shit's crazy here, but do you need help? And I know he would come if I said yes. I know he would show up.
It's true.
So that's all that really matters. That's life in Hurricane Alley. If someone will help you put up boards, they are on your ride or die list. So Lathrinas said, this table about to go so round, King Arthur will be jealous. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I know nothing of I can't do King Arthur riffs, man. I'm too internet brained. I love that one about pulling out the sword, man.
What? I just know that. Did you know the sword and the stone isn't Excalibur?
No, the one where
What the freak? Chap. Holy shit. That is the most grot thing you've ever said to me. Oh my God.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, you can't say that shit online. Nope. Lip readers, he went like this.
Yeah.
He did his oh ho ho shit that he loves to do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. By the way, I watched Reze Arc that night because I was so excited to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
Katie was like, I finished cupcakes for your birthday. Would you like one? What else would you like to do? And I was like, I kind of just want to watch Reze Arc.
Chill. Hell
So
yeah.
we did.
I'm glad it happened.
So, and I can confirm, I do just love it as a movie, and watching it in Japan did not really influence my love of that movie.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Scouty, 37 months, said, happy belated birthday, Garrett, and happy Roundtable all. Well, thank you. Thank you. Despite 39-year-old back pain, I had a wonderful birthday.
Did you do anything proper birthday?
No, that's what the trip to New York was.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, because I was in a lot of physical pain yesterday all day. Katie's just like, are you okay? Like, do you want to go do something? And I'm like, I just want to lay on the couch because I feel like crap. Also, we already had a party. Don't worry about it.
Chill.
So she was very concerned though. But yeah, this is a weird week, man. Wicket, our younger dog, has like all these dark spots on her skin. So I got to get up really early tomorrow and take her to the vet. Our vet's very far away, but we trust him. He's like a family vet we've had since I was a kid. So we make the drive. And then my mom's got surgery on Wednesday. It's a weird, I feel very weird this week on top of the shit going on with my neck. So
Sure. That'll compound.
you don't have to be nice to me, just be patient with me. It's a weird week. Yeah, and I think because 2 years ago I had kind of like a crisis of my age. So like Katie, I think, is like playing guard with me. And I'm like, it's not because of my birthday.
It's not that. No.
I'm like, you made my birthday awesome. I had a great birthday. My body is just abandoning me. And I'm worried about my mom and my dog.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much everything that's going down. DJ French Fry, thank you for the super, said 4 of our favorite nerd men about to save us from the woes of Monday. Man, that hits.
It's an amazing way to spend a Monday, honestly.
I could not have asked for a better way to kind of shake off the weirdness I felt kind of starting this week. Just like, ugh, I can't turn my head. I can't tell you how annoying that is.
It's only happened once or twice, but yes.
This is only the 3rd time I've had like extreme neck pain. I've had back pain before, but neck pain's new. I'm assuming I just kind of stiffened up on the plane ride back from New York.
That'll do it.
You and I have been sitting straight onto the camera every day last week. Even the stream of my house, we put the chairs side by side.
Hours.
And I think a lot of this left head turning that I'm trying not to do, and I just did twice, didn't help. So, yeah. Did you get a chance to check out McSorley's while you were in New York? No, I'm not familiar. No, I went to quite a few places, but that is not ringing a bell. So, yeah. DJ French Fry right now is saying, being a dad and having friends with out kids showing up is massive. I guess that's the other direction. Being a dad and having your friends that don't have kids show up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's when you're an adult, it takes effort to stay friends, even regardless, kids or no kids. It takes effort. And I had some friends that I thought were really I thought I was really close with, and they just never check in.
Yeah, there was I saw an interesting thought the other day, which is don't let corporations take away your friendship activities. Pick your friends up from the airport, help them move their shit. And it's a very simple idea, and it was said in the context of like, the world's falling apart. But I took it in a very like, you know what? That's inconvenient. But that's true. Like,
I thought you were gonna go with like, when the game falls off, find a new game. I didn't realize you were just talking about like, don't use Uber Eats.
I just mean like you show up in a city, you have no idea where the F you are, and getting in an Uber is scary. But when your friend picks you up, man, that feels good.
It does. I love it.
And you're just like spacing out. You have no idea where you're
also,
going.
You just had to like navigate
an airport,
an airplane.
Right?
A lot of things were just in your control, and then it's nice to get there and like, all right, it's out of my control. It's someone else's problem. Yeah, I love it when a friend picks me up from the airport. That's some nice shit. Last 2 big trips I did were to cities with some of the greatest public transportation in the entire world. So that was not a thing.
Sure.
But yes. Though we ponied up for a cab in New York from the airport because we saw we would have to change trains. Okay. And it's like, I don't want to do that with luggage. Yeah. I just don't. We did pony up for that.
I get it.
I feel you, Garrett. I can't see the kids in the back of the car as I can't turn. I love them, but they don't exist again until everyone is out of the car. I'm glad that you write it like you struggle with object permanence. You clearly don't, but the way you worded it made it sound like you do. That's very sick. I like that. I like that a lot. Jan Kojak supered first M11S cleared 2 hours ago in before the reset. Nice cracks,
Damn.
Dan.
Wow,
Hell yeah.
well done. Well done.
Freaking yeah. It's good shit.
I saw a great let me see if I can find it here.
Are you in Discord?
Yeah. I knew we weren't gonna have time for this today.
Oh shit, is this who you want to sit between?
Yeah, this is the old
Oh, I love these. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, let me see.
I think a lot of people probably go 4 and then they go, wait a minute.
This 4 would be so annoying.
Yeah, well, you'd be stuck between their argument because,
Yeah.
they're star-crossed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging out with Medem, but then you still got to listen to the shit happening in front of you.
Medem would totally be cool, but then you go to put in a podcast and he'd be like, I was actually once on a podcast. And you're like,
Oh, this is
and then you're
easy.
like, oh my God.
This is easy number 7.
He's number 6 for me.
They're cool, but again, you're still too close to 4.
You could listen to 4 the whole
You're
time.
hearing them.
You're on another
hearing-
level of strategy.
Yeah, no, I'm like, what is the noise pollution around me? And you also got to think about the propensity of the people behind you to kick your seat.
Oh, you think Vam Fatale with their big heels would be
Van
like hitting-
Fatale definitely doesn't know the airport etiquette of holding your own fucking seat when you stand up instead of the seat in front of you. I hate it when people do that. You're a lunatic and you should be banned. You should be on a no-fly list if you
wow.
grab the seat in front of you when you stand up on an airplane. I hate that shit. Grown-ass adults in their 50s.
Huh. I mean, I do it when I'm getting up to leave because there's no one in front of me anymore. But
Well,
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah.
I've never even thought of that as like a thing you should avoid doing.
Yeah, no, because you shake the living shit out of their seat.
Huh.
The whole seat just goes when they do that.
I do one of these, I support myself on the middle rest and then I kind of like, whoa, do the whoa. And then I'm usually really stiff. So I got to and I'm tall. So I got to
That's the good guy move.
Yeah.
You used your own chair.
But I think if you show up in 6 with a Nintendo Switch, that's going to be chill,
Yeah. Headphones on, yeah. But no, 7. I want to pet the kitty. And what's his real name?
Well, Brute
What's
Bomber?
Brute Bomber's real name?
Did he say his real name?
It was
at
a
any
really
point?
sweet...
Oh.
Shit. God, what's his real name?
I don't
Chat's
know.
gonna beat me to it. Hector.
Oh, Hector.
Hector. Yeah, Hector's a cool guy. Hector's a cool guy.
3 would be chill if it wasn't for Dancing Green. I feel like he...
I feel like he'd be a good hang.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like he'd be good hanging. And honestly, the tyrant behind you, I feel like he'd kind of keep to himself.
Yeah, but the Tyrant watches like a softcore.
Yeah, but
Like he just puts on some TV show he doesn't know is going to be...
dude, on my way back, the guy next to me just had what was the show? But it just had like a 3-minute sex scene,
Yeah?
and I'm just like, wow,
Yeah.
they really didn't edit this for the plane.
And they accuse us of being desensitized.
yeah,
But they're like, it's on TV. It must be socially acceptable.
yeah, 3 wouldn't be terrible. 6 would be fine, but you might get your seat kicked. Way too much drama in 8. 5, they'd never shut up. 2 would be okay, but again, too close to 4. 7 my pick. It's windmill slam 7.
Yeah, 5 is just, why are they not sitting together? Same with 7, though. I just don't know why the cat is in its own seat.
Yeah, all middle seats is weird. That's part of the challenge of these types of graphs.
Well, it's assigned seats. They didn't choose this.
They did the lowest fare.
They might ask you to switch, but you don't have to say yes.
Oh, this is a strategy, by the way. If you buy tickets and you're traveling with your significant other, you intentionally don't buy the middle seat and you hope no one takes it because they don't want the middle seat. This is the airplane meta right now.
Oh, and then they'll just ask you to switch once once you get there.
If someone does book it, you're like, oh, hey, do you mind if I sit next to... And you can give them an aisle or you can give them a window.
I feel like, why? I feel like all planes are super duper packed. Like,
Most of the time, our flight to Japan, there were some empty seats. So we were actually kind of kicking ourselves we didn't try the airplane meta.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, but it is what it is. That's the meta right now, Kyle.
All right, good to know.
Let me know when you're interested in any other traveling tips.
I'll let you know in 2 to 3 years.
Well, you're going to FanFest.
I'm going to Face Solo, though. That's
Yeah.
a very different vibe.
Yeah. Fuller Rudy's. It's 3 freaking years. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Fuller. I look forward to hearing everyone's thoughts in these winterer times. And 2 Garretts is too many Garretts. Stay to one screen. 2 Garrett is too many Garretts.
Too many Garretts.
Too many Garrett. It is too many Garretts. I wouldn't want.
I mean, we were thinking about doing like a thing, but then Garrett's camera didn't work.
died,
so
and we didn't trust it anymore.
well, it's more the capture card is like 7 years old and it doesn't like being touched.
It's what every Elgato card I've ever had has done, which is why I don't use Elgato cards anymore. Oh, low key behind the scenes when I did the oh my god, the collab with Husky.
Yeah.
The mirror. I needed to. I know I've talked about how the really stupid way I used to record guitar finally just kind of died, and I needed a proper music interface. And so I was talking to Husky, and I was just like, "What do you like? Which should I get?" And he's like, "Well, almost everyone I know uses a Focusrite." And I was like, "Oh." In my head, I started thinking, "Oh God." And then Husky's like, "However, I've returned every single one I've ever bought because I think they're junk." And I'm like, "Thank God," because I don't think this is as much of a thing nowadays. But when we were podcasting for like 2010 through like 2015, in what was our early years of content creation, a lot of people use Focusrites, and every interview I have ever had to just throw in the trash was because the guest used a Focusrite. So I have garbage landfill opinions for Focusrite. So I just had this moment of I'm so glad I finally met someone else who has the same opinion about Focusrite as me. Because I hate their products.
Technological values.
They're trash. I like a lot of stuff Elgato does, but I've had terrible luck with their capture cards. I think they make the best webcams right now. If you want a webcam and not like a DSLR setup, their webcams kick ass. I love their microphone stands. Holy shit, their microphone stands are nice. But not a fan of their capture cards. Clayman said, shoveled a lot of snow. Now I have a warm little furnace on my chest, licking my foot. Pup date, he's licking my foot.
Congrats on getting the snow done.
Oh my God, Clave, man, if you ever get sick of us, I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna miss you so much if you ever go away.
Before it was compacted ice. Well done.
Yeah. Isn't the portal? Wait. Why? Oh, I think Video Dragon's catching up. Oh my God. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, okay. Someone else is saying hell no. Focus right in chat. Kura, Super Stormblood 2 is a badge of honor, personally. An occupied country trying to find a new identity after being colonized for so long is something that resonates with me and my culture. Hell yeah. I've heard that from a lot of folks. I heard from a lot of folks they felt represented in Dawntrail, and like I don't mean anything by it when I'm just like, yeah, that part didn't work for me. It's just how I felt. Like I did not like it because of the cultures represented. I didn't like it because of the story being told. I don't know.
See our videos about it.
Felt like a tour, not an adventure.
Yep, I feel you. No, lots of people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like going on tours in real life. You know, I don't want there to be conflict when I visit places. But in video games, I like there to be a little bit of stakes.
What is funny is, and I know I've now become that guy because I did that one bit of content without you. And I'm like, well, you know, in the Blue Mage quests, but it happened in the Blue Mage quests.
Okay, at a certain point, okay, all right, you have activated me. My almonds are activated. At a certain point, I started limiting myself on Japan stories because I just felt I was telling too many. It's okay. You could tell me your Blue Mage stories. It's an experience you had.
There was a New World part of the story. It was taken over for its ceruleum deposits, and we had to deal with the bastard who was trying to basically get oil out of the natives' land.
Oh, chill.
And I was like, oh, they can't do it in Dawntrail because they did in the Blue Mage quest back in Stormblood. I just didn't want to rehash it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Jeffrey Morales says, I can't believe Garrett hates this game I like and me personally. Yes. Yes. You get it. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate you. Oh my God. Qatar, thank you for the 25 months. Having 7 NPCs hang around for duty support feels forced. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I
don't think about it very often because, yeah. I know it's a point that's brought up for why so many characters were brought back in Dawn Trail that felt like they didn't need to be brought back, but I feel like you could still have 7 characters. Just have some like randos, just random lizard people when you're in the cenote dungeon.
Because it said like a swish bang can't touch me now. That's where it's frustrating.
What is he talking about?
Oh, like why is Y'shtola there? Well, because then they couldn't do the trial. Pfft, look at this asshole out here. He doesn't like support. He hates people who play alone. Like there is that kind of extreme. And the same thing happens with the I've got plenty to do in the game party and the go play other games party. They both that's kind of do a swish dunk on each other.
That's why I bring up extraneous points when we talk about this stuff. Like today when I said, and even if there's a lot to do, it may not be to your taste.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a quick conversation that is an expansive and covers all your bases conversation. And sometimes when you're this many levels deep, it's hard to just say what you mean without feeling like you have to roll out the fucking scroll with except in this case, and except in that case, and except in this case, and here's my personal bias, and here's my religious bias, and here's my political bias, and I like pineapple on pizza. I don't actually, but it's an example. Here's all of the things you need to digest before you think about my thought, and at a certain point, it's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine, and it's also fine when someone leaves a comment that I have seen 17 times. But depending on the day I'm having, I may start treating everyone like they have that opinion rather than realizing that it's just one person on the internet that also maybe shares an opinion with a few other people on the internet. And they already are probably actually a small percentage of the entire player base in the first place because there's tons of people that play these games that never talk about it publicly.
Personally, I take a lot of joy in the random fishman or like a villager who's like,
we know you
I'll
mention it all the time. You are that meme of they don't know I love the random fisherman.
It's true,
and we're like, yes, we do. It's literally all you talk about.
And so if like I was in line for the like cenote dungeon and it was a random lizard dude who joined you on it, that'd be so freaking sick. He doesn't have to say anything.
Yep,
but I know I would enjoy that, and someone else might not.
I'd be into that. What if Calyx was an Asm shard? I saw a lot of chat about this in chat. We brought it up on a couple past roundtables, which is why I didn't why I didn't broach the subject on the roundtable today. Ghost Track. I personally don't feel there's evidence for Calyx being an Asm shard. I do think we're at some point gonna have to contend with that.
Yes,
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of our shards will be a future villain to be fought. I also saw some folks in chat being like, think we'll ever get an Asm Primal? And I'm like, I could see enough people kind of low-key worshiping the Warrior of Light that could happen.
Would that flow into you though? I mean, obviously it'd be fun if it makes a clone of you. That is their interpretation of you.
Or it could, I think a clone of you. Or what if that's how they do it? We think we're fighting a reflection of Asm the whole time, but it turns out to be a summoned primal of us.
That'd be fun.
That'd be neat. That'd be kind of neat. There's some fun stuff you could do with that. It could be corny, but I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I'm very much in that would be fun, not interesting.
Interesting is all in the execution to me.
Not like
there's a lot of things that sound dumb on paper and are pretty cool in execution. There's a lot of things that sound really cool on paper and are really dumb in execution.
You build you can't really put those as opposites, fun and interesting, but I do feel like Calyx being a Asm shard is way more in fun than like lore interesting. There's something that's been like driving me insane recently. And it was an offhanded comment, and I won't say who made it. but it was that Final Fantasy 14 has a serious lack of fan fiction.
Oh yeah, I do know who said
Yeah.
this. I thought you were being coy about something I said because I'm like, there's limited options as to who would have said something to you.
And I've been thinking about that a lot because, yeah, people do draw like real characters. They draw their Warrior of Light and they draw a lot of canonical mischief, like a honeybee, Vamp Fatale. But it does seem like there isn't a lot of custom stories made inside the world.
I don't know how much to weigh in on this because I personally have a friend who writes Final Fantasy fan fiction, but I do not read fan fiction, so I have no clue. I can't verify this. And there appears to be a mix of folks in chat who agree and strongly disagree with that statement.
Yeah. But when I look at the core of the art, it's things that the character would canonically be doing, maybe amplified.
Really, because when I look at the art, it's usually just significantly larger breasts than the characters actually have.
Yeah, and it's moved away from Yashol in the last few years and been more about the raid series, which is kind of funny.
Oh, there's a lot of characters to play with there. And as usual, they're all hot. Some literally their power is fire. I can see for plot-based fic rather than character, maybe, yeah.
And that's what I've been thinking a lot about is like people, like there's not a lot of. This is just a complete side thought, by the way.
I do think whoever said that, I would really be interested in like them doing a talk.
Yeah, I want to know more about that.
Yeah.
Did you watch Pint's video?
Oh, the recent one?
Yeah.
The very recent one?
Yeah, the very recent one.
Yes. Yeah. If we hadn't done a roundtable today, I wanted to talk to you about it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it.
It actually like kind of made me feel things.
It was a good video.
It was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all haven't seen Pint's latest video, yeah,
It's worth a watch.
yeah. It was very good, and it really tapped into feelings I have as an MMO enjoyer. Yeah, you cried at the end. Yeah, no, it really did. I thought it was touching. It was also like really vulnerable. Plank, she gets pretty personal in it, about what was happening in her life during the pandemic, but that's freaking Pite's story to tell. Go watch the video.
Yeah, go watch the video. It's a good video.
But it's bookended by just grandiose thoughts of what it means to be an enjoyer of an MMO
And War Thunder.
Yeah, and more. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it's what I want to see out of the internet, man. Like I thought I was sick of take culture, but I think I'm just sick of hearing the same take over and over again. And I thought Pint's take on the situation was really refreshing. It's like there's I don't know. There's a section of the internet that seems to only respect how angry you can be at any given time, and it just feels so fucking performative.
It's very easy to get caught in that and have your algorithm double down on it after you've watched one or two.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's still pretty effective on YouTube. But yeah, I think I don't know. I've been feeling kind of old lately. Like, I'm sick of take culture and like, who gives a shit? Like, just play a game and discuss art, you cretins. But I think I can get behind more socially popular streaming and streamer personalities and their takes. I guess I hadn't found a few people speaking to things that I actually wanted to hear about.
Sure, I've been watching a lot of people I don't know of, but they're definitely younger than me. Probably in their 20s.
Yeah,
and
Pint's younger than us,
and stuff like book talk and going off about TV shows and stuff like that. I love the way the younger kids complain about things.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing that like doesn't make me feel old. Like a lot of shit I watch from Gen Z, I'm just like, it just feels like Millennial 2.
Yeah.
Like it feels like Millennial the sequel. They are also graduating into a shit economy and a housing crisis. Like, okay, yeah, been there, and I'm not cold to it. Like I feel for them. Like I don't know. Maybe working on the internet has kept me at least mentally young. Some might say mentally stunted. I'll be a little kinder to myself.
Anyway, pardon the ping pong ball of thoughts there. Yep.
Yeah. Metallic said rescued in the final hour of 10.0 by Kono riding the Hetzo.
It would bring things back, yes. It certainly would.
Cracking the reality time. Oh my god.
Big old sniper rifle comes through a portal.
It's Kona.
There's so many ways I can like imagine a very bombastic conclusion to this arc, but all I can see is explosions. And that's dangerous.
Yes.
I know my most difficult times as DM writing stories for other players has been when all I can see is explosions. And I think they've done a good job setting themselves up for explosions, but I don't really know what else can happen.
I just think we're gonna have adventures in our future. Like it feels like we're ready to start star charting, and I'm into that.
And for once, it might be grand to have someone understand. I want so much more than they've got planned.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You want adventure in the great wide somewhere. You want it more than you can tell.
Christopher Clayton says, very happy to hear that Earthbound won the vote.
Sure did.
Sure did. A lot of folks were pulling for it, which makes sense because it was democratically elected to be the game that we would play. I am only worried because I barely think we're going to scratch the surface.
I think that's the vibe check, and they know.
I mean, if we really like it, like we'll be back, you know? So, Ricardo, thanks for the 41 months. Jesus Christ. I'll always defend the Terral part of Dawn Trail from a personal bias, but once the right ended, it felt like they couldn't decide what story they wanted to tell.
I can totally see feeling the exact same way in Stormblood, and that gives me a lot of comfort.
Stormblood, like, I feel like it became really cohesive with as soon as Doma Castle happened. Like, I don't see Stormblood as disjointed as a lot of people do. Those first few zones, I wanted to set them on fire. I really found it dull. But once you think Gosetsu's gone, I think that whole thing just clicks into place. I really enjoy that entire chunk of base Stormblood.
I think Ian was ridiculously powerful. I think that that voice and
wait, do you mean powerful as in like power level, or do you mean powerful as like a well-formed character?
A well-formed character that was interesting, engaging, and well-performed.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He just fights with a sword.
Yeah, and he really, like, across his multiple starry night or drinking or whatever it was scenes, he really endeared me to him. And
he's one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy 14, and I miss him dearly. I really like Ian.
Yeah, and then Xenos, of course, so...
Yeah.
A lot of tissue there.
Like if this was a more traditional Final Fantasy. What the hell do I... If this was a... if this was a turn-based Final Fantasy and I could pick my team, I would have loved to have brought Hien to the first with me. Like, you get there and you talk to Graha and you're like, hey, could you grab my buddy Hien, please? He's got to see this. He's going to lose his mind. Yeah. Gabgano said, I see Calyx or Halmaret joining us begrudgingly for a spell. I don't know about Calyx, but I think Halmaret is definitely going to be a frenemy. Halmaret seems to like have a weird amount of admiration for the Warrior of Light.
think it's a really good. Yeah, okay, obvious statement's obvious. It was done very well with Emmett, obviously, and he came and went, which is something that I think we're asking for as well with so many of our characters. Like part of his charm wasn't that he was an NPC you could just click on between every single cutscene. He'd just leave constantly. I think he could do it.
Yeah. Really hope Helmer ends up with a complicated relationship to the Warrior of Light specifically. Yeah. I'm hoping so.
Mokan, what were we talking about?
Why did I hit the chat, G-Man? Is that what happens? Is that what we're calling it when we hit a microphone now? I'm physically assaulting the chat. Yeah, I just didn't get really like a villainous vibe from Helmer at all. So I'm agreeing with what I'm seeing in chat right now. Well, shall we shut things down?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get this posted as a podcast. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more FF5, the continuing adventures into Earthbound on Wednesday. Even more FF5 on Friday. If you liked this particular stream, if you like the roundtables, share it around. Share the links. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. And thank you again to everyone who checks our
Go watch our new video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go watch the video from last week. Go do things. Go do things. Thank you to our patrons. Bye now.
GG, y'all.